attempt for all Salone people and then party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salone discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit-for-purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aisata Sisejalo of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Mina Yvonne Akisoya, and 11th May 2021 make me 3 years where I don't day in office. I say let I come and tell Freetonians them, una boku tenki for where una elect me and una give me this mandate for serve una. But I not just want to tell una thank you for when I elect me, I want to tell una thank you for when I don't work with me and work with the councillors, work with the staff of Freetown City Council, work with so many stakeholders, including the central government, the international partners, the local partners. I want to tell una, the Freetonians and thank you, but I want to tell all the other groups and the Boku Boku Tenki. Together, we embark on a journey for Transform Freetown, and in nobody not been say it go easy. We published the plan in January 2019, and then in January 2020, we published with first year report, and then in January 2021, we don't publish with 2-year report. Inside the reports and day, you go able for read in much more detail, waiting we don't achieve. But family them, I still I just share today some of the things that really make me heart gladdy pan this walk here. One thing we're really glad about, now the wastewater treatment plant where we don't build na King Tom. This is not the first time ever in the history of Salone for let we get the thing we come on the toilet. Instead of it just gonna grow na King Tom, it actually go into a plant where they get for separate the solid from the liquid and get for treat them and waiting for come out can go towards manure. It can now be safely the liquid can now safely be disposed into the waterways. Another practical thing we are so glad for. Now this urban farming project, we bring over 300, in fact we start with 300, now we add another 200 women them. We now at them backyard them and in community level, particularly in deprived communities.
And you can create this, where you give, the okra they come up, they will plant them.
The women they do farming projects where go benefit them picking them for get more nutritious food, but it go also help them for get small thing at the hand as they sell them in the market. And then their nursery school. Family then go no say we've been done open the one at Congo Water Market for make vulnerable women them and then young picking it under the age of 5 get free quality preschool care. And now we dip and build the second one. We do refurbishment upstairs in the Croton Road Market, and that facility will be open and available to women and men traders inside Croton Road Market. Tricycles. Well, then tricycle and they not only then they help for keep we city clean, they also they create employment. We don't create so far over 1,200 jobs with young people then where they go and collect dirty in the streets. And now we get 90 more where they come on stream. So I'm so happy because it increased the capacity for collect dirty. At the same time, it increased the number of people them, young people that we get work. Let not talk about the transfer station when I did the dirty then they go. So we don't get 4 additional ones, including the one at Lumley, the one at Approved School, the one at Shell, and the one at Allentown. Bele Uman them. Then they all over the community. That journey for going to PCMH, it can challenge Boko of them. So we do work for upgrade 5 of we PHUs them for make them be monk, side with side Bele Uman, they able for born. Freetown people then, Boku people then know say dog na challenge na this city. And so we don't start a program for sterilize, vaccinate the dogs them so that we go get control over dogs and we the ambog motaman, but we the ambog themselves. We go make we city healthier and it go reduce the risk for let people then get us sick with and call rabies. I don't share small about wait we don't do and over these 3 years, but I just touch the thing in Boku. I go say anybody want for no more. Also go now with Facebook page. We get Freetown City Council Facebook page. We also get Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. You go able for follow we. Let we continue for work together with all we stakeholders for let collectively we transform Freetown. Una, thank you and God bless you.
When I was young, a lot of things were different. Unfortunately, most of the differences seen now are heartbreaking and are not good at all.
Before now, men were strong protectors of the weak, fathers, brothers, lovers, sons. Their mere presence guaranteed the safety of women and children.
But what do we do now? Men harassing and raping women.
Men sexually abuse little girls.
Men battering and killing their wives.
Any form of sexual assault, be it rape, sexual abuse, or pedophilia, is a killer to human self-esteem.
Women should stop dying in silence. Speak now.
The rapist should be stigmatized, not the victim.
I think death sentence should be the consequence of such terrible act.
And you mothers, build confidence in your children, put trust in them, listen to them when they make reports, and take necessary actions.
Talking of mothers before now, women were virtuous.
They were mothers, daughters, and sisters.
Nurturing, counseling, supporting their men folks.
But now,
women are trafficking female children for money.
Women are forced to be silenced.
All this must stop, and it must stop now.
Real men do not abuse, rape, or molest women and children.
It is barbaric, unacceptable.
Let all real men stand with us.
Together, let's say an emphatic no to rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia, and domestic violence.
Hello, Famulem. On a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on whose parts na the dunya where you find yourself. We say welcome to Sierra Leone Media. Today, now we're zooming in special on Tuesday. We say welcome to the newcomers. We say thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you all. And we hope say una go get a good time with we na this platform. And for we regulars, we say welcome and thank you so much for being our avid followers and supporters. And we encourage you all to continue to share our platform, continue to like our page, and also promote both the YouTube, Facebook, we website, and now we don't get a friends page too. You know, so Friends of Sierra Leone Media is there. Thank you so much to the builders or promoters of that page. It should say, you know, people and they appreciate the work we do. And we go say thank you to them. The chat group, we see it's been lively so far. We're not going to say it, but so that just show, say, you know, people and they engage, and that's what they expect. So let's keep the chat going. Not to all 10, we go get answers to the questions. And some of your comments, contributions, you know, can help for trigger conversations within the group as well. So this topic today, it's a conversation, and if we have time, we'll open the phone line depending on how we see the interest they go, and if we get time for let owner contribute. And go welcome me co-host, Mr. Sylvester T-Boy Dugba. Mr. Dugba, welcome, and say hello to family. Today, I can't begin grill you now, and I made the interview today.
I don't even know what to say because I don't know time for start. Hello, family. And I welcome you on a cover. How they do? I hope so. All they do well, fine, and they cope very well with the summer where we get with the in between summer and season. But that by the UK, if they tell you say you're ungrateful like an English weather, if you know what I mean, but I get boku for Tinko because that is one of the worst things anybody can say to you.
So a bad cost, Dandy.
Well, it can be bad because it depends on how you want for interpreter. But yeah, it can be something very bad. The actual tonation of the word itself not sound bad, but the meaning very bad. But some man just like fetch number, so the fetch today, we fetch still ta. You have fetch.
Yeah, all
yes.
Right.
You.
Let's begin going at the group first, T-Boy. I see one with good friend with brother Albert. We be one time, you know, well, it don't appear in our program say a few times. So today I ask a question. They say, "Bra, una no go comment on a country all time na issues." So you know, when I see the thing, T-Boy, I smile. I don't know about you because we don't go waiting out there. Can say go Waterloo, go England.
Stone that do you.
Yeah. So this one we don't go Waterloo, we don't go England. We not try for find anything for comment yet. So if we brother things say get anything, they are help. We say we struggle want something for comment. But anyway, discussing these issues here does not mean negative as far as I'm concerned. T-Boy, over to you.
Putting over to me now.
Why are you looking at the comment on that? Because I see you ask a question there.
No, I just ask because I get one name for call name that he gets what you expect. Because if you want fame palava, we will not start for work it. I fetch you just no me get beaucoup gear self. I change gear one. If I accelerate, you come on at the group.
Not getting, I'm not getting. I'm asking.
Hey, you Albert. I don't want you to tell and say yeah.
It is still actually not getting my day. Still it's getting a back.
It is suicide. They see me into the see Marcolo.
All right.
If you want for continue the chat, just if you know how for continue the chat, you begin to talk to my
Albert, feel free and talk. Make comment there. I want to share some of the.
In that mind, wait I don't tell us. So you know what I mean. If you shake, they say we condo shake thing away enough for them properly.
Yeah. All right. Well,
when say condo man, I come up cutting ski for the way land with Himbele. If Intel rich, we land, they need able for God. But if Intel rich, they fashion. So Albert, if you don't come up cutting ski, don't for them. You don't know which part of Himbele or Intel rich. Take them more. God, now ready for fetch you.
Kunku, welcome as well. The reason why I say I go give the boy today because the topic of conversation he's going to be leading to a large extent because 940. Now, so in as much as we also be all team, but we get people away na master na their own crafts and their own areas, so we can give them that opportunity there for lead and sometimes they for let we able for dig up the conversation and get a musa want because you know where people and sabi something and can want for be biased sometimes, so we grill them. So he's one of us, and we looking at the chat group as well. People that we will get for the identify for ask certain questions and because they didn't contribution. So Albert, over to you. We're looking for a few things for comment. Please come up with that. T-Boy, let's go to today's program. I don't know if Femi wants to say hello to Fambulem. All right, okay, we'll come to them. Juma, can you hear me? If I warm up phone right now, 50 press up, you know, sit up, all thing for get ready for camp. So T-Boy, today's program will say branding. Now in the big talk, and also we ask about diaspora involvement and local content promotion. Then we ask the big question. Did the Olympic Committee boycott a Sierra Leone brand? So this topic is deliberate, and like we can say, we pay attention to issues the way they happen in our community, and this one of branding and diaspora involvement and local content promotion. This has been one of the things that we all on the cry for. We say diaspora not just for remit money in a salon, for family or community events or we person get problem, but diaspora involvement in pushing salon go before. So that's one thing we care about. And we've done over the years, the issue of local content promotion. We don't see so many things where they talk about made in Sierra Leone. So, but what trigger this conversation today, in as much as we don't talk about diaspora involvement, we don't talk about local made in Sierra Leone things, but this one is specific because for the first time, we hear something. The Olympic Games in Tokyo, we know say Sierra Leone participates, and with the COVID and everything where they go around, we they look for good things them for celebrate, just like how Albert talk yonder. So we all Sierra Leoneans all rally around. They look forward for say yes, even if not one person we get now the Olympics, we go cheer up as Sierra Leoneans. But we not be know usually because much publicity and promotion not they happen of things. You know, they keep all on the wraps, blankets, then cover them. Oh, just hear this big thing, social media, you know, things then go viral, people audios from here and there. So from people who you know they usually see on social media go live and begin talk about topic where say, oh wow, there was a particular company where then we don't sign a contract with the Sierra Leone Olympic Committee for be the branding company exclusively for the Olympics team where they go na Tokyo to start with. But these people na social media come up and say their own brand, they will sign contract, not to their own brand, and then they use and see other things the way FIBA, leave. Some people say na crinkle leave, some people say na I will tell the other big one in name. The other big leaf.
No, okra leaf not big.
No, not okra leaf. They say na jamba leaf. I don't know what I call it. They have the official name. They say na jamba leaf na indede and what's it called. So the thing take a turn. But what's in worry with T-Boy, I come to you, is that up until today, me not ever member so we don't hear anything official from the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee, from Ministry of Sport, or the people that were responsible for waiting happen. So we still not hear anything official yet. So we left this thing for over time because we focus on supporting Team Sierra Leone at the Olympics, but not a topic where we shy away from. So now that we think most of the athletes them not make them out there, we decided to revisit this conversation because we know how let people think say we forget. And also if there are anything that happened where somebody dropped the ball somewhere or if it was deliberate, let them hold people accountable. If truly the allegation is true, because we don't know yet. Now one grain side would not hear force. Secondly, if there were mistakes, let we learn the lesson then and how we go move on for it not happen again. So that's the background for my end. T-Boy, I don't know if I get them right, waiting trigger this and we'll go now into the general topic. Over to you.
Yeah, I think what you don't make mention exactly some of the reasons that we trigger this conversation because we get a lot of people that really follow what they do. And yes, when something like this happen or something we get a lot to do with community back home or in the diaspora or anything we get to do with Sierra Leone, anywhere in any part of the world, people try to reach us to us and say, hey guys, what's happening? Have you heard? So every other information that come from different corners of the world to us to say, this has happened. But like I always say, don't jump into conclusion when you get any kind of call, especially the kind of field they will be. You get to take your time, take a break. By the time where the issue don't go 1 or 2 or 3 days, the first information where they get is different from the second and the third and the fourth. So as the day goes by, the information they filter in so many different ways that now the real source of the right information you begin get at the end of the issue. So not saying everything that happens in the initial stage was wrong or not correct, but it only did say the initial start of all this information where they begin explode, it gets a lot of sentimental and personal related issues that are attached to them. So you, as what you to do, you can't just jump into that conclusion and say, oh yes, it's true, oh yes, it's not true. You wait. Because as time goes by, the right information, they begin come systematically. Because it means other people, they don't go begin to the investigation, they don't begin to the finding, they don't begin to find out exactly what has happened, how it happened, why it did happen. When the thing don't begin for meltdown, you get the real information. So I totally agree with you. So yes, we didn't just jump onto it when everybody was making a noise about it. Like you clearly say, there are many people not expected to come on social media to highlight some of these things, came on social media and highlighted it, make their own statements, make their own audios and videos. It became something of a discussion within the Sierra Leone community. And yes, everybody think, oh yeah, everybody say, oh, everybody will accuse alone, everybody they accuse Olympics, everybody made their statement, but we did not make any statements regarding that because we believe, say, we have to do our own findings, we have to investigate and check and see what happened, and then we collect all those information, we put together a show now where I feel to say everybody would think it is now time to sit and discuss this because the sentimental issues they don't die out, the personal interests they don't die out, the real story they all we don't know. So we now bring up the platform of discussing the issues from different angles. What if, why, whether, how, when. Now we come for discuss now. So yes, the discussion we get today gets a lot to do with the fact, say, there was an issue regarding the brand way everybody as a Sierra Leonean feel to say was gutted about the fact, say, them boycott we own salon brand. But we will go into details about the whole story, how it started and what happened. And that are just the brief of what we make we there for discuss branding and the local content issues and how important it is as Sierra Leoneans.
Cool. Thank you so much, T-Boy. And Una waiting at the chat as well. If you get any more information on this or how to expand the conversation, please feel free for contribute and we will take them into consideration. Hey, Ramata, how are you? Tell Aminata Kandese, it don't tell the boycott we say being for Kango Swam, but thank you so much. And she's one of the people behind Friends of Sierra Gem Media. So therefore, give them a shout out, you know, where people use their initiative for promote you, where, you know, they expect them. We therefore give them kudos. Not also T-Boy.
10%.
Yes.
But me, I don't know much about this. So you just say no friend. I don't start with.
So this is the surprise. It's out there. Yeah, it's out there.
Okay, but I therefore all Aminata to task.
Yeah, in a good way or bad way.
Both.
Okay.
So Aminata for your deal.
So DJ will make sure say you promote Friends of Sierra Gem Media as well, okay?
But you sell Friends of Sierra Gem Media, so not to promote no more, sell again for sell amount.
Yeah, so let's try. It's all long overdue. We see, you know, somebody else don't come on, wait for don't start, it don't start. So
now one of the brand DJ Jewel is one of brand Sierra Gem Media, so sure.
So let's go to the topic. I want to can say one thing now, so we possibly, they know they expect me for say, but I'll be bold enough, you know, because sometimes there are certain secrets or things that we need for understand, because therefore value we own. We don't say a lot of, you know, brand products, you know, where they come out here and I want to tell you now, say, if, you know, for many of them or substantial amounts, if Sierra Gem Media not gets direct influence or hand inside it, but then get indirect influence or hand inside it. And when I see that guy with that gray rapper, maybe they talk just now, where they call T-Boy, he's one of the people behind so many designs them who they see out there and that we would associate with Sierra Leoneans. And we're proud of that. And we want for Sierra Leone and also get assets there. When they see the thing and they come out and they shine, and somebody they do the work behind the scenes. So T-Boy, and they pull you secrets na do today. Why you smile?
He's not accepted.
I'm not saying for you accept them, but I have to say it so let the people understand that things are happening behind the scenes. And I know say we don't talk about specifics if you don't want to, but just tell me why you're so passionate about promoting Made in Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone brand or things that we get for do with making we own.
Growing up as a child, I always believe you should have a brand. I believe in branding and I believe in brand making, brand creation. I believe in Made in Sierra Leone since I was possibly 6-7 years old. So not to something where I just take lightly. And I always believe, say, anybody who gets any kind of passion in anything, if I also think about branding, whatever it do, whether be it music, entertainment, sports, politics, creativity, fashion, anything, as long as it has to do with your potential of making something out of it, you should think and consider of getting a brand out of that. But people don't know most of the concept behind what branding is all about. So I find it to be something that is very much important because everything we look at in the world today has a lot to do with branding. And every brand where we see sitting at the wall, not just start yesterday. They might struggle for like years and years and years before eventually they made it to the highest. So for everything where you look at, we get anything for this creativity, where the world is actually turning into as we speak, it's very important. So how you sell yourself matters. How you walk down the streets on your own matters. Your name, yourself is a brand. What you wear, what you eat, what you're talking about, even how you talk is part of you as a brand. That makes you who you are. It is a selling point of who you are, what you do, and how you're doing things. Right. So branding to me is very important. And I believe, say, I'm not just take them lightly, because I believe, say, every human being on earth should be able to have at least an amount of something in them that they can brand into anything, as long as they believe in it.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, T-Boy. Mamu Conte, we're happy to have you here again. Long time, welcome you back. And T-Boy, DJ Dule asked you who's brand them?
Now one brand soap.
Now
nobody can tell who I'm brand this.
So tell me now.
I'm about to confirm me now. I don't go start before the program starts. So Femi is totally out of the program for now.
I have something like that in white.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, in your own opinion, how would you assess this to be like? Would you grade it to be something that is nice? You can wear it. You think
it's very comfortable. I feel, comfortable. I feel smart. I can feel like I get money while wearing that particular design day. Okay. Because the material lighter, finished well. I can wear and go inside. The only problem now that from where COVID came, my belly on big, small, so it's like outgrow the brand, So I get for going to the gym for put that on. So you have to answer DJ Dule in question there or some of the brands you get.
Well, to be honest, like I said earlier on, even DJ Dule one of Sierra Leone brand. So I'm not going any further with that. I don't say that before he even asked the question. But DJ Dule personally know that there's a lot of discussion, there's a lot of issues, there's a lot of platforms in where Sierra Leone media is associated with in terms of brand creation, supporting brand, or actually pushing brand. So we're not here to actually raise our own profile, but I think those brands that we've been working with over the years, extending it way back from Sierra Leone to the UK, to America, to other parts of Europe, I think, they can say it themselves. We cannot really specifically identify those people because it is part of our contractual basis of what we decide.
Agreement. Okay, thank you so much. I like that. Somebody, Hamid Bunsi, say, you know the brand we talk about. Okay, let's go to our topic. The reason, again, why this topic is important, let we put things into perspective now before we go into the nitty-gritty of the conversation and the, how you call them, the not so good about all that's happened, you know, or what is continuing to happen. T-Boy, everybody today, okay, in Africa, okay, particularly, they wear kente or Ankara, kind of, where then they associate more so with Ghana, right? They don't popularize them.
Yeah.
Become a brand, not so.
Yep.
Because people from Ghana saw the potential, we've been begin laugh them force, but then take them to different level. Now we don't see kente in different forms. We they see kente now man and they wear kente, man and they wear kente. They see kente socks, they see kente cap, you know, so they see kente mixed with different things then. You can see that and associate with brand Ghana. We don't even see where the Black Caucus in America, the highest, you know, of the highest way they talk the world, what you call our most important leaders there, don't use kente for show solidarity, okay? We don't see now universities, most Black universities, them, when they graduate, then they use the kente as part of their graduation attire or as one of the accessories, then they must get something where then they put there. This is why we are particular about this conversation, because as you see you know, say this girl for do with Ghana. So if we read about local content, brand promotion, and diaspora involvement in branding and promoting made in Sierra Leone, this is the reason. Not to boku talk, all 10 and they pan boku talk, not to that. Now, because if we don't see people and they do things, we have to encourage them for build their own. Like how T-Boy say, from where it's small, it only promotes things related to Sierra Leone. There are so many things that we for don't export out, where for be we own, but we do overlook them and copy other person own. So this is important. Whole campaign close for because of this girl for do it's close. Now make we talk. We don't begin see I call Lentin and they beware whether they do in Kente now, right?
Yeah.
People they use them. We saw they do one of the biggest movie where gets majority of black stars, then Black Panther, right? Most of what was won there, now African clothes that we see. I'll tell you this, I have my friend, maybe they tell me, say, people and they go ask them, who side and they sell African clothes just because they were wearing for that one green day, or go watch Black Panther, the day we go to cinema. So if we don't, Ghana don't reach at that level there, the diaspora contributes.
Yep.
For let it reach at that level there. So now they see the connection and the conversation what they get.
Yep.
Now here we own salon people them where they do their own different brands, and so many people and then they do. We don't. I know say somebody or one or two people and we don't go international. Where T-Boy help for soap mentor. Say a rich side rich or who's the rich side rich. We don't go say the highest way they think of now international and don't go there. So this small T-Boy also now they see this 35-year-old guy. Okay. So this is the importance why make we talk that. So let me come now to salon, T-Boy. Why you feel say Ghana able for take up and popularize the Ankara and become a world accepted brand so quick? Why?
The most important thing na value and respect for you traditional product the way you put together from your country. That's the first important thing. And what to make I go say so na value and how you're proud of your content put together within your country and how you package them. Now, because I remember when I was possibly between the age of 10 to 15, between those age, we were producing furnitures and living room accessories for Yazbek tours, the hotel tours, and also Kontiki tours, where they do hotel and tourism within Sierra Leone. And when I say they put together some amount of furnitures, that includes ashtray, pen holders, chair covers, tablecloths, bedspread, but all being get dynamic Sierra Leonean design concepts. When I mean either bondo double mask, jiggy, and some amount of shells being designed on maybe a tablecloth where you could possibly sell, or where you go able for use for decorate. Then hotels, then they do a lot of tourist attraction. But what I think we lack as Sierra Leoneans now, they believe in what we do and how we for take credit and how we for take priority over the things they will do and not take them for granted. Say, for example, if you sell granates, you can sell your granates extremely well and make money out of that granate. I remember a couple of months ago, I saw a Nigerian man with a wear suit and tie. He sell fruits. Fruits. But he wear suit and tie. He push in fruit truck where now like they sell ice cream. But he is smartly dressed, and guess what? He gains attention because everybody thinks, say, what on earth you they do this for? You they dress in suit and then you they sell fruits. But for the fact, say he dress the way he dress, it attracts a lot of customers the way they take him very seriously, and then they say to him, "Oh, come." Maybe not for can't laugh at him, but then they also buy in market again. So by the time he left me house and reached the town center, he don't sell them. That's alone now the kind of preference where he puts in products. But we fail to understand few things as Sierra Leoneans. You have a product and a brand. And those are two different things you're talking about. If you don't have a product, you cannot brand it. So we therefore look at the products. First, what would they say we get as a product? And then now we think, say, you therefore make your product very nice, if not for eat, if not for wear, if not for decorate, for make you attract your consumers. If you're able to do that, then now you think of branding it. But we get that mentality, they will say, hey, but just make a number, but then go buy. That's not the thing we lack. That's not the thing where Ghanaians them get over we or Nigerians them or other African countries them where they take so much credit and make so much money out of the brands they didn't get and then products them, because then they put preference in making the products and they also emphasize the preference of making that product related to the brand we associate them with.
Right.
But you can make a product, you don't get nothing for the branding of that product. Just make a number 11.
Yeah.
And give people a way specialize in branding it and make a brand out of them. Go on, you want to say something, Juma?
Yeah, so just like you mentioned, the product day, okay? Then you get for brand that particular product, for let it become something eye-catching, something marketing, you're able for marketable, then you're able for advertise them well. But if, like what you say, if you not get the product, you're not able for market them. If you get the product, you not package them well, you not brand them well, for as you see them, when you go, let's take for example, you go window shopping. You walk on a street, they see something, say, Juma, come and see that sus. Now because that sus, the way they put them, it make for you want for buy them. Let you feel, say, if you not get them, you are losing out. Don't take the big brands them at the wall. Am I allowed to mention names just for the purpose?
Oh, yeah. Because we doing something on branding, so definitely.
Yeah, the big brands them at the wall. We talk about Coca-Cola. We talk about Nike. You understand? Let's take them to them for example. Coca-Cola you get other drinks that will taste like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Why you prefer for buy the way we say Coca-Cola than anything will taste like Coca-Cola, sometimes even better or healthier than Coca-Cola, but you prefer that? It's because they put so much power in them branding. You go sleep na night, you drink Coca-Cola. You go sit down, you feel for drink Coca-Cola. You go see Coca-Cola can straight, you feel for go buy it. Because they don't make like you believe say it's refreshing. Without Coca-Cola, no other drink not be powerful reach that. Nike, for example, you go see other brands with quality brands, way expensive past Nike, but Nike make their own in a way that you are left with no option. If you don't have it in your closet, you're missing out. Example, there's an African family in the UK, okay? And this is fact. Nigerian, to be specific. So in street market, these people say he wants Nike trainers kind of thing for go school. This is no joke. So the mama go, the mama they try better money, they enable for go to that Foot Locker for go spend 100, 200 pounds. So then go in street market, now you see something, the fake one, the way they come, the copy one there. Now you go see boy say Nikkei. Now anybody say, la buy this. Now you buy for it. The boss say no one time. He say listen, and the way that the difference, say the difference that's small. I say no. He say no to the same. The boss say he prefer not for go school for that. It sounds like a joke, but it's just the power of branding.
Yeah.
Sus na sus. Trainers are trainers. But sus pass sus because they don't make like you believe that. Phones, for example, you have your iPhone, Samsung, you get other phones the way they possibly get better features than those two brands. But they made you believe that if you not get iPhone, the latest iPhone, where they do the same thing where they were 10 years when I for call, you get red button, green button, then call you answer, hello, hi, howdy body, da. But they make you believe, say, if you not get the latest one, you are doomed. So the power of branding. So if Ghana don't able to take the kente from that level and care and go to different level now we don't begin to see Nigeria, the suya will be the feast first now for village people no more they eat. Now all my one for eat suya, I want for go eat in Nigerian store.
But Juma, say the Ghanaians they gain when they begin put premium on kente. Because the most learned, the most elite, and the influential Ghanaians when they are invited to official meetings of any stature, in the way they can say.
Yes.
That don't depicts the value of the kente to that particular event where they invite them to.
Yes.
If they invite them to an event where then they expect, say, it is a suited or a black tie event, they will not turn the black tie event down, but they make sure their black tie or their black tie costume have an element of kente on it.
Yep.
So it still suits the occasion with a traditional patchwork of their kente. So that's the amount of premium where they put on that particular fabric day.
Exactly.
To the extent that
design a distinct one with Ghana.
That's it. As soon as you walk into that particular venue, you are not going to be asked any question anymore. Your identity is clearly on you. That is one thing again that affects us as Sierra Leoneans, identity. We want to be proud of saying we are Sierra Leoneans, but we fail to identify ourselves when we represent. I would say that was an issue of the past maybe 15 years ago, but that is slightly changing anyway. It is slightly changing, meaning we don't begin to adapt a lot more to Leone's traditional culture the way they're around, which is very nice because now I see a lot of Sierra Leonean girls and they sew where we don't have a specific African fabric that depicts Sierra Leonean apart from we country clothes and the rest in Gala. But I think traditionally, we younger generation girls, and they now go into the European style, but in African fabric, which is not too bad until we begin find we own direct identity in terms of fabric, of how we be able to relate to those fabric in terms of what they sew and how they sew them and how they represent them, then that's different. But I clearly see the value of voting we have to talk about right now. We get a lot to do with brand. I understand, say, many people are saying a lot of stuff. Somebody mentioned that the group say, back in the days when they go to school, they do raffia bags, where everybody will buy a raffia bag for them beginning for go school. Mr. Bimbi also, I use raffia bag for go school those early years. But again, it's the person said that there hasn't been enough support for those people who were producing it. But again, yes, I totally agree with you at some point. But also on the other hand, the people who really make the raffia bag not put extra premium on the raffia bag for make it get added value for continuity.
There was someone.
Well,
okay. What he lacked then is the support. Because
where is the support? In what way?
Financial support for build the brand to the level way for. Okay, let's take. I don't know whether you know him. They used to call him American.
Okay.
American. The raffia bag, design shoes. They design laptop bags. Proper work bags and all that thing. So even when they get international conference, there are certain organizations that way being they come contract American for able for do that thing and they, like the contract, like the conference folders. Okay. But it was just one guy. This guy not been get the capital for able for train more people, buy more machines, for able to produce in mass and improve on the quality. Because the more you produce, now the more you're able to improve on the quality. And then, yes, sir.
It's division of labor. Again, as producers, we have to look at who's our strength. Like I said to you earlier on, you can design the products, but you don't have to brand it.
Yeah, but what's how they say now that even that opportunity at that time, the talk of local content policy promoting made in Sierra Leone was not there, but these guys saw the vision. This I'm talking about 30 years ago, T-Boy.
Jima, I will specifically say that as well, but I will not put any blame on anything other than me wasn't ready to go the next step because I was doing it for fun. Yeah, if I'm in the door for fun, what I did as a person, as an individual, I will say Usai Abon and grew up is an institution for arts and crafts. And you watched it. Basically, anybody who knows me will know that particular street the way me born and grow up. Basically, we were like an institution for arts and crafts. And we train and train others who were like trained. And what we create within that small household day, it was a niche factory for younger boys, not just within the reach of Aniwa Street, but also within the reach of Fulaton and go beyond to the eastern parts of Sierra Leone. We were training people to do arts and crafts for Kavwala etching. But what I did, as somebody where they use me in, as I've always tried to do as much as I can, I look at what is the norm of what's in everybody else they do and break. Okay, this is the norm. I need to do something beyond the norm. I need to do something exclusively beyond the norm where everybody they do. That we have lazy mindset in Sierra Leone. We are just too content. And that lazy mindset, they give you problem. And also division of labor. Right. You might be very good in creating the design, the concept, but you possibly don't have the facility and the infrastructure for do the inside of that particular bag. Hand it over to somebody where they sew, where sabi for do interiors of those particular things.
So you said, you go ahead, finish up.
That person there, now they do the interior package of your raffia bag. You just focus on the outside and create the design. Finishing is key.
Yeah.
So even then back then, when you do for package like a souvenir for people when they come and go back. If not only no stuff you focus on doing and you make sure so you break the trend and get people able to do specifics in what they feel to say the experts on, you will be able to have a finished product with some amount of quality.
Right. So you don't say the thing, you know, we get for share, we get for able for add value to what you do. Okay, now we don't, at least people go don't understand the background conversation and how we able for take this. Let's go now to a specific way, bring we to this topic. This thing about this particular branding company, they call it Labrum, right? Labrum is, you know, owned by Sierra Leoneans or influenced by Sierra Leoneans mainly, because now they will see at the front. We don't know what the back end is. They do more than modern brand, but just using the green, white, and blue, and make let the green, white, and blue really look really, really nice. Let it associate them with Sierra Leone. They were able to, you know, pass bien and go get for sign a contract with the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee for say, hey, what are they go so? Now we go provide on our kits them for the Olympic Games. Then sign contracts according to one of the sources and one of the videos that we saw. But then what thing can spark up all thing? The day for the opening of the games, when I don't go showcase una country clothes, una design, una this, we see the Kenyans the way they appear. We see other countries the way they appear. But then when salons show up, we see something when a green, white, and blue again lift them. But then this Labrum company now come out and say, not to waiting then design appear so. We even get a conversation afterwards where T-Boy say, but this Australian newspaper, right, or news medium, say now this brand. So you see what don't happen. Now they don't use the company name, say, now this company now then provide the kit for the Olympics team, where they do review, but the people that will do where the company where they mention, say not so we brand that one, not so that they will brand, not so that they will unveil, not so that they will then pull pictures now for show different things, which was very, 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 very surprising. And I don't know how to put them. But Majid don't come and say, of course, it's owned by a Sierra Leonean. Thank you so much. The reason I say this because we don't know. We saw a Sierra Leonean face. We don't know whether it was just influenced by a Sierra Leonean, owned by a Sierra Leonean, or just being promoted by a Sierra Leonean. But you don't come in until we say it's owned by a Sierra Leonean. So Salon people, Diaspora, they're ready for go contribute. And then say, for help for promote we brand, do you want to use that at the Olympics? We they go na the kits. We go use that. So at least other people then go able for say, okay, identify what I say, we go buy that vest, they will go this, we go that. But then I go shop with Jamba Leaf. The design was completely different. T-Boy, how would you feel if it was you? Then don't advertise, you say this now they do, and then later, then take something different and go.
Well, I personally would be upset if I have a prior arrangement with the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation. I will be upset because definitely it's a breach of contract by putting me and they don't agree on. But when it comes to branding and when it comes to international events like this, okay, let's not just say first international event, but when it comes to branding and when it comes to events being put together by a specific organization, is a totally different ballgame with the arrangement we they make with the participants and the organizers. Yeah, because for example, Coca-Cola is hosting the World Volleyball Tournament. Coca-Cola is hosting the World Volleyball Tournament in Sierra Leone, for example. Okay, let me be
Coca-Cola is sponsor.
No, let me be blunt. Africell, they sponsor football tournament in Sierra Leone. Africell is sponsor or they host, let's say host, let me not say sponsor. Africell, they host a football tournament in Sierra Leone. There is no way Africell go say, oh, well, for the fact saying I will host this tournament, ARTL will not want to na, Comium will not want to na, Zane will not want to na, and XYZ. Africell will have a package. The package will be, if you want to be part of the brand and marketing for this particular event that we host, this is the price. We have a gold, platinum, silver, bronze, and normal. Then, for example, Comium go cancel, okay, we take the platinum. It means anybody where we Comium, anything we get Comium Panam, we have to accept them. No question.
Can go any side.
You can go any side now this particular event because we don't already pay for that brand advertising. Comium. Yeah? And then Guinness self-cam. With the Guna, we want the platinum. So it means any side for that particular event, anybody can wear Guinness t-shirt or anything we get Guinness on her for attend or be part of. Period. So if anything gets any kind of link with anything we not only reach to Africell when they host this event, and then believe say now for example Zen gets some kind team where they can play on this tournament, but Zen not gets branding and marketing contract with Africell where they host the event, no problem. If me T-Boys production go design for Zen and I put me T-Boys production logo on the Zen t-shirts, when they work for go play the game, Africell get right for tell me, say, no, T-Boy, Zen, I'm not wear this t-shirt because me and I get no agreement for make una put T-Boy's production in brand for can market on this particular platform where me and una get brand agreement for T-Boy's production. Because now Africell get brand and marketing rights. So if you have brand and marketing rights, let's take, for example, the kind of scenario of this particular issue. Labrum has a contract with Sierra Leone Athletics Federation.
Yeah.
We don't know what are the discussions being put together with Labrum and the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation. We don't know whether Salon don't tell and what they do or what they do, but we understand no more say the Salon Athletics Federation say we yes to confirm that from the right sources of the representation for the Salon Athletics Federation say that this we tell Labrum say this is what we are going to agree on. You will produce for we this kit where would they go for where for go party opening ceremony.
Not just the games.
No.
Not just the opening. Throughout the game.
It can be opening, it can be trial.
No,
we don't know what agreement was made.
This one exclusive throughout the games, every kit, everything. Yes.
Okay. So basically, if Labrum don't get that agreement with them, we don't know whether the same agreements with Labrum don't get with the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation is directly linked to the Olympics. These are two different entities. Salon Athletics Federation and the Olympics Federation. The Olympics Federation is a primary independent body on its own, and they have marketing and branding right on their platform of the Olympics.
All right, so T-Boy, let me ask first, is that what happened? So the Olympics will host the thing, because I know we paint a scenario will not happen. Let we talk about what we get so far, because it would have been helpful to Sierra Leoneans and the people that we concerned if the Sierra Leone Olympic Committee don't come and say, no, now this not happen. No, sorry, now this will be due, but when we go and that things go change, we'll not get control over them. And how that would happen, you would inform the people that we don't sign contract with. When you don't sign an agreement with somebody, you have an obligation to that person. That if something they go change, they should not just get up and see it like everybody else. We've had that situation wherein we have filmed, edited a music video, then we end up seeing another platform, then extract to them, then take other person name, then put her on top of it.
Thank you.
Big star in a salon.
Well,
okay, the reason they say this, it is important because I don't want we give the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee or the Sierra Leone Athletic Council or Federation or Sports Council or the Ministry of Sport a pass if not waiting happen. Right now, what you know, now waiting Labrum can say in a public that yes, we've been signing agreements.
But did Labrum say that?
Yes, they did.
Is it he that said it or somebody on behalf of him?
No, their press release says it, and then there is a video that shows when they signed the contract between the head of the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee in Sierra Leone and the person where the Labrum person. When they signed, there was a video where showed that when they signed the contract, and the head of the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee in Sierra Leone made a statement that now this kind of thing that they want, the minister self say these are the kind of things. The minister what?
Juma.
Yes, sir.
In Sierra Leone, now they say na disrespectful, but contract in Sierra Leone means jack when push comes to shove. That's one. Two, when you are signing a contract in Sierra Leone, you get to make sure say you follow through with all the due process and make sure say you get everything agreed and disagreed on paper. Not so what see me say, oh no, I know how to sort them out. No. No, you know how to sort them out now, big problem. Because guess what? We all money in the non-fashion, but no what you know how to sort them out.
Hundreds of millions of years.
Thank you. Who's our contracts day? Under the same sporting arena. So
I can't punch that hole day quick.
Not to make you punch that hole day.
I will. I have to because
so basically
what you talk,
we get to look at this on the critical end of things. Because I know for sure we have a brand, Sierra Leone Media. Yeah. And when we go into any kind of agreements with anybody in producing any material, we get video content. 90% of the time, we don't breach contract the way we need to agree for sign, because on the other end, then they tell you, say, oh no, sorry, on our logo, not for the at the end product of this particular product. When
we pull out of
we don't pull out. Where they say, when they say, we say, una logo not for day now this particular content, when it reach to the other party they responsible. Hello? What are you talking about? If you want to pay for the waiver, we'll put a cost for the waiver. And the cost for the waiver are twice the amount of money they already give you for the initial project itself. If you want for me to put a waiver there, for say, okay, when they put a waiver, say, we need to take anything, we not get no hands for do this product, as long as you don't come on way and una can brand them to anything. You can say, una can brand them to anything. Like Juma make mention earlier on, they don't actually blank we content branding on some of we materials them, not just musical videos, but plenty of we materials. Even currently as we speak, then they even copy we videos that were there online. They
broadcast massive views out of
thank you. And broadcasting is on different platforms and making money out of it. So guess what? It is even happening to us as we speak currently. So we have to be very mindful.
And
look, we don't forget, say the Olympic is a massive big federation. What's in now the problem where Adidas been gets with Nike? Now the Germany World Cup was a big, massive fight between not Germany and America only, but also the two biggest sporting brands in the world, Adidas and Nike. Germany want to take monopoly rights for say because of them they host the World Cup, so now them brand no more for showcase now the World Cup. And it is not possible. It is not possible because that's what.
Again, it's all about, money, the highest bidder and all of those things. So let's go back to something where Hamid just said, because of this issue, Sierra Leone has missed out on so much potential sponsorship opportunities, especially with Labrum bringing in Converse brand in. So Labrum, a Sierra Leonean company, don't build a relationship with one of the biggest brands then in the world, Converse. Okay? way for be make in terms of quality, in terms of other things. Maybe start with sporting gear, way for lead to so many other things they will go use, like how they talk about the Kenteso, way for go different level. But now, because we know they respect contracts, because like you stated, see what thing don't happen. First test, Olympics, una go, not to Bokutino, now just the green, white, and blue, but let it be this specific design them, where influenced by, you know, Sierra Leone culture, Sierra Leone tradition, Sierra Leone, the environment, everything. Because when you see them, part of the stuff what they do, they wear the raffia cap, just like how they say. They're older Gumbe, and it looks like raffia cap and Gumbe, but then they try for identify with things them with synonymous to Sierra Leone. So tomorrow, when they go begin see the raffia cap, they go say, oh, okay, green, white, and blue, raffia cap. Oh, now that small country then called Sierra Leone. So this is the thing.
But Juma,
yeah.
At the moment, I don't like we put a blame on any of the two parties, because to be very honest with you,
I am not blaming, but until the official organization come out and make an official statement for say, explain themselves, we have to be asking questions. So right now, all the burden of proof they on the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee for come out and tell say, no, not to so be signed, no, not to this will be agreed, but now this be made. So for now, with a tilt towards the company, we come out and express, say we felt hard done by. Now this not been the agreement, then break them, then go use. We don't know why, because then self don't know why.
Okay, well, let us say one thing for my own perspective. Okay. I say something on my own perspective of what thing would not make the issue happen the way it happened. So one, it would have been maybe, I'm just saying, maybe sometime the Salon Athletics Federation don't tell Labrum say, okay, with the well used stuff, we dey go with na Japan, we dey land with but for the fact say we don't get any form of agreements with the Olympics Committee, with your brand, we will not be able to use it on the day of the opening ceremony.
That is not what happened.
Again,
so
I am just saying.
That will not happen.
Well, if the Athletics Committee say that to Labrum.
Yeah, but until they're not trying to say it, they haven't said that. So let we know. Now make me they say me know they anticipate for waiting not happen. Right now, the way I come out and cry, the Salon brand cry say, they will not sign contract with me. But when they go, now different thing. Just like how you see, right? You dig up the newspaper, the Australian newspaper, will cover the design. Until I tell you, say, no, look at their press release that says, no to their own brand is, because you say maybe one for almost believe, say, now the Labrum brand they use, now the opening. So now they carry Labrum name, but with a different brand.
Okay, what's going to happen at this particular Olympics? I think the federation and the designers in the world decide for make this particular Olympics a runway show.
Yes.
For a few reasons.
Yes.
For a few reasons. Because they think the fashion industry hasn't excelled that much over the years, and there hasn't been any fashion shows the way go be explicit. So they use the Olympics specifically by specific fashion household designers them, will design the gears them for different countries.
Okay.
Yeah. So on those, on them basis then they, I don't know whether Labrum get that idea. See, that is exactly what he's going to talk about. I guess he would have, because he's a fashion designer and he's got a brand that is a notable brand within the UK. So I believe, say, he forget that kind of insights, information. Anyway, so when I start doing the research on the whole idea behind branding within the Olympics, I realized there's a lot of issues surrounding the Olympics and branding. Okay. So Labrum must have been one of the first victims to actually fall under this kind of category. Now that makes they say maybe there are information or discussion where the Salon Athletics Federation therefore come out and make a statement of. Otherwise, now what's in Labrum don't say no more than we know.
Correct.
But what's normally happen at Salon, nobody talks. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, you can make your allegation, you can say whatever you need for say. they will just be mumu by you.
Right.
And then like everybody assume what they assume.
So please yourself. Wait, talk till you tire.
You tire, you go tell Simon. And if you don't do English situation, we don't done with that. But again, if that has been the case, the Olympics get their own set rules and regulations for branding and marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether you are a household brand. This is from my own perspective as a brand person myself.
Mm-hmm.
If we do go, because me and Femi don't do it like a million times, yeah? When we do go cover events, then when like an international event, we ask, what are the branding or marketing
criteria
and do's and don'ts?
Mm-hmm.
So when we don't ask for this, we tell them what they need in advance for like we know, or what we for do, whether we for candidates we brand stuff, because many people will not allow you to come in front of their cameras with a brand.
Correct.
That they are not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Because it means they're giving you an international audience. And
for them, yeah.
Thank you. And you don't have any kind of brand arrangements with them prior to that event.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if somebody walk in front of my camera and then that person they can wear, for example, Africell, sometimes you know like Africell, I will not project that video in the public.
Correct.
It is a pre-recorded video.
Right.
Or somebody that deliberately can't front me camera for can't sell a brand when me and none of them are in there and I'm doing a live show, I will blank that person and focus my camera somewhere else because I don't want to advertise for that person. If you watch, mostly people when they go on international platforms, if they don't have any contracts with any brand, they don't wear brand clothes. They either wear plain t-shirts or plain top or plain shirts with no brand attached to it. It goes also to football players. If footballer then they play ball for Premier Leagues or international leagues, then some of them not get contract with the boots they wear, then they wear. Then they make sure say they cover the boots them, they logo them and the boots they wear, then they wear. Because they have no contracts with those brands, but they like for play with the boots anyway. Again, typical example, when we watch the Euros, there were some beer cans and Coca-Cola cans waiting at the table of the press conference where one of the household name players, Ronaldo, he placed the Coke can with water. I drink water. You know what? What's in that cause to the competition in terms of branding? Again, Pogba emits beer can on top of the table. It is not meant to be drank by any of these people on the table, but it's just about marketing and branding.
Right.
So for the fact say, then put on there specifically because they know for say, if Ronaldo they go do a press conference, million people will tune in to watch. And they will see that brand on top of that table.
And just because of Ronaldo, somebody will not be want that particular thing. They now go one time for say,
oh, okay.
Something like this, now make you have the speed, now they make it a score, now make you do that in number, that in card with a card, CR7 card, all of those things. But let's come back to this. You don't say definitely something very important. Me personally, big brands, you understand? Big brands, I know they ever wear something where you go see like a boldly, Panam. For simple reason, because I cannot buy your stuff to advertise for you. Because that's exactly what it is. Like Nike, for example. You ever see me wear Nike clothes we get big panna? It will get inside the color and stuff like that, but you will not see it. But that's a personal choice because I know a lot of other things them we sometimes make I feel say from personal point of view, I don't need to do that. No harm. Other people can do it, but it's like, now me, they buy you stuff for advertise for you. That's exactly what it is. Okay? And that's the deliberate thing about it. The big sign the owner, they see, that's what it is. Put all over the place. You are buying their stuff to advertise for them, but that's a personal thing, like we say. Okay, T-Boy, in this situation, they even go ahead and unveil the kits and everything. They did photo shoots in Sierra Leone and everything. So, you don't go tell me, say, not to the first time Sierra Leone don't go to the Olympic Games. If you don't sign an agreement with somebody, they don't give you all these kits say on the opening, at least when I get for well. Then they reach there, then change. So that there's a phone call where somebody for make and say, hey, because when they go, they must ask them for them size them, right? Apart from other things then say, send you size, this, that. Athletes, them definitely, they do that to them for them big companies. Yeah, so for whatever reason, but they usually do that to the best of my knowledge. Okay? At least somebody will pick a phone and call, say, somebody been they in charge of kids. We go say, we don't come out. The Labrum brand where they give you for where, there's so enough for where this tobacco leaf. Close.
Juma.
Yes, sir.
Juma.
Yeah.
Juma.
Yeah.
I can actually not play in any kind of diplomatic role and say there has been conversations between the brand Labrum and the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation.
Before?
I can specifically say that.
Why?
I want like anybody challenge that.
No, me they challenge you now. You know why?
No. You can't challenge because you're not going to take any action.
No, the reason I can't challenge, I said before there was not a conversation like that.
I will guarantee you. Labrum will not pull. Labrum knowing the essence of branding, I can guarantee you there has been conversations prior to voting we see so. Trust me, the use maker they say so. I'll give you a typical example.
Okay.
We get plenty household name brands within our midst right now within the Sierra Leone community. They're all geared towards sporting items or sporting gears, right? And if that are the salon side of things, so Sierra Leoneans can easily cut a deal with you and move on and cut a deal with another person when are you exact competitors.
And that's not right.
Definitely not accepted.
Legally wrong, ethically.
Legally, it's not accepted. But what thing will they fail for do? What thing will they fail for do as Sierra Leoneans? We don't take action. So, and if we not take action, there is something behind we not taking action. That's the reason why. The deal where we had over the years with people and we would deal with, if we have a contract, we stick to the contract. If there is a breach in that contract, we're not getting nothing for do with we. Take us to court. We don't worry about it. Yeah? We sit down, we fold our hands, and we tell you, say, sorry, we don't do part of what we agree with. It's your turn to do your end. If you fail for do you end of your contract, and we try for push you and push you and push you, and you do nothing about it, we sit back and fold our hands.
Right.
You now, you feel say we don't do you wrong, take us to court. But we get for begin for acts as brand and content providers in Sierra Leone for things that really go wrong. I will say to you personally, the issue that will be gets with those content that we have, we all know, say personally, the people directly involved, give us a phone call and apologize. Because it wasn't their doing, it was the doing of the platform where they choose for go share whatever they may share. So we accept those apologies, but it wasn't done well on us. And on the other issues that we also get content of what we don't do, equally the same way, we are not coming, we're not expect for like you go publicly say, oh, I apologize, we did this, we did that, no. As long as you have the conscience to come to us and say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Couple of days ago, somebody approached me and tell me, say, oh, T-boy, they disclose me self to you. I'm like, what happened? I know I make you go again ask it. What happened? Oh, unfortunately, we'll go do so thing at so point in time. But guess what? I use your content because I did not have ABCD. But I'm saying it to you now because I want you to know, but I'm sorry.
It tell you before you see them, right?
Exactly.
Thank you. In this situation, then people here don't sign contracts. They don't unveil. They don't carry kits, then supply kits. And they even use the kits there So this thing about going to the Olympics say, oh, well, we'll now therefore use this particular brand and also because we get contract with them, does not hold, because the swimming team use the brand.
Which brand?
The Labrum brand.
So why did not stop the swimming team?
Would stop them?
And now they say, why Olympic not stop the swimming team?
Well, that's exactly how they tell you. So, not so the Olympics, the International Olympics Committee get issue. The point is now we own Sierra Leone Olympics Committee.
But that's what
answer.
We take them to court.
Because people who then say Gem Media do agree on Independence Day. We agreed that we were going to wear made in Sierra Leone, not so? Yeah, we agree. We planned that months ahead, say it's going to be made in Sierra Leone for Independence Day. That's what we're going to put on. Let's say on the day, then somebody come, then they just can't touch you, then pull you made in Sierra Leone and go wear other clothes by you. They must explain to you why.
Juma, let's say now, if before we all agree, say Independence Day, they were made in Sierra Leone, yes? I'm not saying that is possibly what has happened, but I'm just making something up in my own way of saying things sarcastically. Then somebody come out with 1 million, you'll say, hey, Tiba, guess what, guys? I need to give you £1 million because I want you to wear my brand on Independence Day. Well, what do you think?
We will have a conversation about it. You don't just grab by yourself, T-boy, because you're not creative director, you go take £1 million and can't give me and Femi say, hey, Femi, we never made in Sierra Leone again, where Coca-Cola is beautiful.
All right.
I'm thinking like that. No.
Again, if I can't breach that contract the way we don't make with 3, and they can't breach at last minute and say, brah, this is the situation where we are stuck. X, Y, Z don't happen. Like this now we don't fall on right now. What do you think? Let's make a quick decision.
If we don't go sign contract with another person.
No, if we don't sign contract with another person, we can't change that.
Well, that is what happened in this.
No. I'm talking about we on team. We sign contract with the
picture, let we understand. So the Sierra Leone Olympic Committee signed a contract on behalf of Sierra Leone with Labrum for let Labrum be the branding, and provide kit for the Olympics team, where they go throughout the competition from start and all over, track suit to swimming suit to field to this and that. They don't do everything backed by Converse. So even trainers with them, they wear it. Okay? So they have those that they were going with.
Was it backed by Converse?
Yes. Because it's the sneakers where they're wearing are Converse sneakers.
Okay.
So it's big. Not to something small.
So does Converse have any kind of agreement with the Olympics?
We don't know that.
Okay. So does Labrum have any kind of contract with the Olympics Committee for branding and marketing?
Then not they deal with the Olympics Committee. They deal with Team Sierra Leone.
Team Sierra Leone get the rights for where anything go, but Team Olympic can block them if they're not getting no agreement with them.
So we don't know yet until Sierra Leone Olympics Committee come out and can't tell. We say that's what happened, that they were blocked or restricted to use the Labrum brand because it conflicts with the branding, the overall branding of the Olympics. Then they have something to say. But
what is Sierra Leone last year for the last Olympics?
Then the last year will be seen as being country close or cotton, salon cotton.
Now brilliant, green, white, and blue brilliant.
Yes, something like that.
Salon flag.
Yeah, we've been beautiful.
Then they begin the brand for now?
They get brand, now green, white, and blue.
If you get brand for now, if you get brand name for now?
Wait till they say, it not being get a major brand.
Thank you.
Yes.
So that in green, white, and blue, that's the Sierra Leone representative colors, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, what they say is, if I am a designer, and I want my products to shine in any international platform, yes, I want my brand to showcase. I want people to know that I designed this. Failing to realize, when I do the research on the Australian newspaper, we categorically make a blog of all the representation and the designers and we design the costume for all the countries. Labrum was featured there.
Thank you very much. So that is my point. Labrum was the one who designed.
He was the one who designed the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation costume.
Yeah, but not for that costume they appear on the day that
that reason there in down there between Labrum, the Olympics Committee, and the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation.
No, they not get contract with the what you call it, they get contract with We Own Salon Olympics Committee.
So We Own Salon Olympics Committee either have to make a statement for defend what Labrum don't say, or otherwise Labrum go take them to court, or otherwise I will ask Labrum if he did not actually try for reach out to the Olympics. Because again, you have to think about branding and marketing. We have to say Labrum for know very much about.
So I think we need to open the phone line. There's been so many. Femi, why should they plan for that? I want to come into this conversation small because I know say you get a conflicting viewpoint. I see they agree with both sides. Yes, no, Over to you, sir. And whilst we do that, we can type the phone number where then we'll call +1 614.
Hold on, last icon.
Okay.
+1
614 551 8694.
8694.
Oh, yes. So
okay, I think I'm back as well.
Yeah. Over to you, Mr. Palmer.
Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer, they bluff you with the band.
It's not a problem.
That's it.
Who blames me? You also first.
Not a problem.
Well, me una not one.
Brand Arik Vazi.
Me na brand me for Canada show today.
Them brand you for Canada show.
No, you know.
Na Sierra Leone brand?
Of course.
Of course. You know, honestly, for me, as you say, I agree on certain things and I disagree on certain things. First of all, we people can say, if us not sell you, treats not go buy you. So now the first I want to begin this whole when me take on this thing. I believe say if you want somebody for go, or if you want a business for go, you get for invest in that business day as a community, as a country in we own case. Yeah, we in a small country we come out, we entrepreneurs in a small business then they do. So if we want to make a grow with economy, if we want to make we get for grow the small business them, for make they add up to become big business them, hence we economy go be big. So I'm all for brand Sierra Leone and finding a way for me to make brand Sierra Leone all the entities them or the assets that they contribute to the major brand Sierra Leone will go boost up with country in infrastructure or with economy. Something and you get for support an oncoming company, even though they might not possibly be producing the best. So in this case, sometimes we company wait till they produce not as good as Coca-Cola or as good as Nike or Adidas or Mercedes, but the fact say then get the ability for able for begin compete or for begin produce certain products within that same line day, we for try for support them. But as still have been say earlier on, the people themselves, the companies themselves need for try for step up. So there's a two-way thing. But I strongly believe say if a company came out of Sierra Leone, they were gonna be able to produce an outfit for make we athletes them well. I think say we suppose for them back them. But I really don't know what's not the agreement. I don't know if you need to have an agreement with Tokyo 2020 and say we're going to be wearing this brand. Is it possible? I don't know if you need to get that conversation day or you can just turn up on the day. So the fact say if the Australian newspaper, be it true or false, I don't know how they pull the information, then say na Labrum na the brand where we supposed for don't see, then that's a different entity. Because if that's not the case, if Olympics say na Labrum they not register, then Labrum not turn up on the day, then LeBron supposed for ask the question. So then supposed for possibly, if they're able to ask the Olympics committee in Sierra Leone, then for take to the Olympic committee and say, now so and so, look, we get we contract now, yeah. Even una self-young people then state say, now we brand supposed for the day, but we watch at the TV screen say now we brand not the day, and we don't invest a lot of money into this thing. Yeah, so what's the situation? I think that needs to be done. Most probably that's happening at the moment behind the closed doors. Maybe we know the year, but something like that, the LeBron, the Nip and they do, now it makes on time a lot of people don't come out and talk. But as I say, we need for try for begin sell we own, make other people and buy. I'm interested in us buying Sierra Leone, which is good, but it's even better if foreigners then can begin buy Sierra Leonean products. And if that money they go inside Sierra Leone, or even if you can't to Diaspora Sierra Leone, because at the end of the day, Diaspora Sierra Leone, they give it a lot of money back to Sierra Leone. So anyhow, the money they filter down. So it's important to support. I support my man. Nine cap this away. You know, they pay me for them. I support him for it, and I support all the other brand Sierra Leoneans. Them something that I can change. Akure, you know, United Africa wear the Sefion cap. The way then gas then t-shirts. T-Boy does a lot of work for them. There are quite a few brand providers in the UK at the moment. I know some of them will go and feel bad because I don't name them, but we can't name the all. And T-Boy Nine the master man with them, so sometimes I go left and for making tell you thank you on our behalf. But really and truly, we need to learn to support, because that's the only way we're going to grow. And if we need for help, you know, LeBron fits this case, I think so more advice I'll get for them now for contact the Olympic committee and put the case to them and say, guys, what's happening? We feel this we've been hard done by. And then possibly, because then we realize in a small fish, they might just respond with an email and say that the situation this, then you go know how you go proceed later.
All right, well, thank you so much. And you can't call name now for say T-Boy. They do a lot of work with so many brands. Say you don't begin calling name, you go sabi. But I get a caller on the line. One of the regular callers here, the Foot of State. Hello, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this thing, now we now begin talk too much book and technicality.
Okay, we're too far talk there.
Now we talk straight.
Okay.
Because before when I've been the talk, I don't go, I look the brand protection guidelines of the Olympic Games published on February 2020. It is clear that the only thing where the Olympic Games get is that people them will want to use the brand them associated with the Olympic, therefore get permission from them. I post the link and the discussion on Facebook, the PDF link, let people then click them and read them. Then, added to that, I read a publication on a newspaper where they say Multimedia Corporation A to Z. Labrum Clothing donates kits for Tokyo Olympic Games to NOC. This was published on the 14th of July 2021, written by Mohamed Abu Conte. It says, ahead of Tokyo 2020, we may not know the man they published 21, you can put 2020. Labrum Clothing has, on the 12th July 2021, donated sporting wares to the National Olympic Committee for Team Sierra Leone's participation in the Olympics in Japan. And the kits were donated by the CEO of Labrum Clothing based in England. He further went to say the president of the National Olympics Committee, Dr. Patrick Coker, in his statement explained that the Labrum Clothing and the NOC CJA have signed an agreement for kit and garment production for the Olympic, Paralympic, and Commonwealth Games. So from these two, it is clear that Labrum brand is allowed. And I believe, say, we forget the audience for understand the difference between the brand and the design of the clothes.
Correct.
You can use Gara, you put Labrum design, brand panel.
Yep.
You can use country clothes, you put Labrum brand panel. You can use the weather adaptable type of textiles, whether they sew tracksuits and other things. You get on green, white, and blue, or whatever color, you put Labrum brand panel. So I not believe, say, the Olympic Committee, they dictate the brand and the type of design. Then get standards, then yes, what then they look for. What I believe, say, along the line, some foul play take place because Salon law and order not did it. The highest bidder, now they get the day. Added to that, sometimes they be asked for something where Labrum refused for. Because to be there recently say somebody had one project before go Salon, because he asked for $1 million for go invest bank construction company in Tanzania, the project block. This is the Sierra Leone we have today.
So Salon Posse asked for $1 million for go invest in Tanzania.
Yes.
For like go allow the contract. For like go allow the
contract. They ask and say what's in that investment they get for impact Sierra Leone. That was where the thing went into stalemate. This is the Sierra Leone we have today. People who were beggars yesterday now have $1 million+ in their bank accounts. So I'll continue to our discussion, but it is clear. It is very clear that the kind of mentality within our society now is the problem, not to the Labrum or whatever. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Foot of State. Let's take this other call and wait only with the line. Hello, caller.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your contribution, please.
My name is Francis. I'm calling from London, UK.
Mr. Francis, go ahead, sir. How you do?
Okay, straight one. Not too much English. I'll go to Creole straight.
Straight.
Yes.
Yes, you're allowed.
Okay.
And protected too.
One thing I want to make my contribution towards, yeah? If we don't get we on Salon Posse, we don't go put in brand down for make a support with country. Yeah? If we say the Olympic team need for many endorse them and go with that brand. You see, one thing about with Salon people that we not promote with culture, we only promote with young make. How we go develop? Because the problem what we get so much people that were so much good for do things them. Look like Afiz, what do you do? Majid, what do you do? Salon, Love Salon, they get so much brand the way you wear to God. You feel so proud for the inside your color. And then people they put so much effort that they bring out things then of higher good quality to any standard anybody else come with. What's wrong with we na Salon? What's wrong with we for more could promote your brand? This is very serious. When you go to Ghana, when they get the Olympic, where they go football, just it all, and the country people they produce them for them. Then they print them out and give to the people them. But when you come to we now, when they go take control, they go give people they won't know if it's the papa they name themselves. How the country go develop? As I can always say on this program, with individual attitude them, now it don't go to national level. In the sense, if me and you, I not say you are a good for making you do this, family you make you do this, you understand? T-boy go make you do this. Why I don't go promote T-boy for make you do this for me? Why I don't go take Chinese man where I know say family will do better than that Chinese man? If family do this particular product here, no matter what happen, even at 10 pounds, 1 pound, it come out, it go back to the country. And they help somebody maybe that person they may get connection in one way or the other. So I don't know, we just 7 million. We all know each other.
Right.
Yeah, but if we as people no craft more we promote each other, And the government not can make it promote. We look at policy what they do. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing.
I know.
Let me always say, me I could criminate self. Because what's my saying I could criminate self? Because a lot of people in the salon community will not get restaurant culture. No kind of West, they say restaurant. What you have been a cookery? What are you going to cook bafa? You understand? If I get a minister or get a president, they go serve Chinese fried rice. Wait for eat cassava leaf. Wait for promoting your culture. It's so nonsensical.
Right. All right.
You understand? So what you mean to say is so wrong. If that gentleman, they don't put in effort, they don't put in brand on, and don't go sign contract with them, therefore don't follow up with our contract name and promote with culture. We promote with little industry people, then when they come up, when things we get people them. Trust me, where I feel in top. I feel so good. Majid, I get tracksuit from him. Why tracksuit? To be very honest, there's no difference with Majid in tracksuit with Adidas or Nike.
Right.
You understand? So why can't we promote what we get?
All right, thank you.
Put that on the map. We'll not say this is what we are doing.
All right, thank you so much, Francis.
We take on them.
All right, thank you. I like you could create this because me no see you na international chef. I don't see you na the Gambia, so I can attest you na international chef, not to cook no more this. All right, thank you. Let's take this other call. Hello, caller. Oops. All right, so the caller be the listen here. All right, let's come back. You don't come in. Hello, caller. If you can put your device away or mute your listening device, we will appreciate that. Tell me your name, you say the call from, and your contribution, sir.
Hello, listeners. This my name now Hamid Majid Sise. I happen to be the CEO of Harry Quasi Design. I know they talk about my brand today. Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you to all the Sierra Leoneans we don't patronize, we don't they support me, we don't they support. I take this opportunity for on behalf of all the Sierra Leonean brands where they try to go.
You know, thanks.
Hold on. Excuse me. Femi knows I belong in my heart because Femi is loyal. I not say for UNT boy. Don't start. T-boy, wasn't it yesterday I was telling you? Wasn't it yesterday?
My even though you complained yesterday, say something you know where bro.
Now, let me come back. Make me come back to this Labrum issue.
Yes, go ahead.
What he made me to say, it is sad. It burns me to my skin. For see a Sierra Leonean designer, we don't try so hard. Do you know how many times Labrum from this preparation for Olympic, how many times they fly, go Freetown, stayed for 5 days, sign contract, do this unveiling, pictures here and there and everything, for make them let the boy down so?
All right, so Majid, ask a question. All right, I see the emotions in this because you.
I personally, I know the brother.
So
I know the brother.
Yeah, I just want to ask.
And I know him. I know his work ethics. Listen, I don't have to disclose whatever conversation I get with him or not get with him.
No,
if me na Labrum, I don't reach that level yet. By the way, for me, kudos to the brother. I get so much respect for him. Me, they aspire for reach in level. I will. You understand me? Admire me, number one admire. We admire him big time because you know what? In footstep now the try for emulate for reach another level there. But with attitude, Sierra Leoneans, it is sad until we change we mindset. For Lily, chicken change 2 minutes for possession. Line and change that decision. The 2 minutes, last minute, brother. So completely correct what the brother say. Naya, we say you don't give all the quotation, all the things that we don't search. He indicates Tokyo and Olympic Committee no the ban no get nothing for do with Labrum in sponsorship to Salon and how them for perform now where they call. It is clear. They give these people some money we mess up. If me not be Labrum, I will take these people to dry cleaners. I'll take them to court, international court for that matter. Let Salon Committee and Olympic Committee come and defend themselves and talk and say why they do what they do. It is despicable, it is heart-wrenching, it is disgusting, it is sad, it pains me. Because at some point, Mr. Sabdi Aspire say at some point in my lifetime, in this same struggle in branding my product, I will be able to do something for Sierra Leone. Does that mean they will do the same thing to me?
Yeah. Big question.
Does that mean they'll do the same thing to me? This is why there's so many other Sierra Leoneans who don't successful past Labrum, where they hesitate to go do and help Sierra Leone. If this was a Nigerian designer or Ghanaian designer or Ivory Coast designer, do you think the committee, Olympic Committee, is going to say no to him? They're going to disrespect him on an international scale, on a level like that? That brother don't work with, he don't work with canvas. He don't work with so many other brand designs. We trust people, we entrust them. Big businesses, we entrust them, we're ready for do business with them. Sierra Leone has missed out on a massive opportunity for so many sponsorship deals. I can tell you that for free today.
Majid.
It burns my heart, brother. I lie, I kid you not.
No,
it kills me.
Let me ask you a question. So, because I want to follow listeners and understand. So, the branding contract where Labrum signed, was it going to cost the Olympics Committee anything for let them use them kits then day or anything? It was not going to. Was it going to cost them anything?
It's got nothing to do with Olympic Committee. Olympic Committee
the Salon Olympics Committee and the team. Was it going to cost Sierra Leone anything?
For what? No, the man donates it. He gives them.
Right.
He gives them. As a proud Sierra Leone, we're willing for help all the time. And not only that thing they don't do for Sierra Leone, I can tell you that for free. During the pandemic, during all this mudslides and all this, that brother has done so much for Sierra Leone. Able for everything. Somebody with a good-hearted individual like that. You understand? You don't do so much for Sierra Leone. Is that why you pay him back? If this was a Nigerian, they will hail him. Then go hail him past the Queen. Then go sing his song past the Queen. All these designers, all these celebrities of Nigeria and artists and what they call, then go wearing close stay. Everybody go know about him. Why can't we do that for our very own?
Right.
Why can't we do that for our very own? This is what we're saying. We don't love one another. I am aspiring to be like that brother, to one day to give back to Sierra Leone on a bigger scale. So does that mean they're going to do the same thing to me?
Deep question.
It is sad.
All right, thank you.
It is sad. Until we change we attitude, until we change we begin thief, mokope and mile. And sabotaging behavior, this country will never progress. And when I tell you why they talk with passion, so because I know how much the brother has given to Sierra Leone and how much they get Sierra Leone at heart.
All right. Thank you so much, Majid, for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, when you hear from the professionals, them as well, or the people leading at the field. All right, let's take this other call. T-Boy, go to take notes. Let we answer this one. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hi. Hello. I'm Mina Mohammed. I call from New York, Staten Island.
Hi, Mohammed.
Yes. The thing we a couple of points that I agree with in una all on say. The first question we probably get for beginning ask yourself within the Olympic Committee, waiting at the requirements for branding and waiting for showcase, especially internationally. But moving forward, the question where the point back where I want make is, within the time where even Labrum sign a contract with Sierra Leone, how many people and where you see them put on that jersey in the whole of Salon probably the only people who you could probably see them wearing jersey then they maybe not get them for free. Because the point where I want to make again is from where they do the showcase for them jersey then they I go to the guy in website. I buy the jersey, I buy the in tracksuit, and I check your website, 100% representing Salone. You see exactly the brother, the talents where he gets. How many people and with support him within Salone, you don't go able to get. But you go see within the country itself, or even abroad, we brother then they buy the Arsenal jersey, then they buy their other things. And just for example, but at the end of the day, we say, instead of we begin to blame the Olympics, or we begin to blame the people and we they take the decision, they whether not somebody now eats Panam or nobody not eats Panam. No, we begin to ask ourselves how much we they promote ourselves. Because sometimes now they get for day. And this program again, I think if I don't best, low for don't get Yusuf Jallo. For me, if I don't get into this program, because I'm waiting into cultural, promotional, and everything representing Salone, where instead if I don't get a great scene into this whole process, you know, and I would absolutely appreciate for me instead if I don't be part of this discussion, yeah.
Right.
You know, na in a music.
Right.
And I miss them very much actually. If you be done into this, if I don't get so much for talk about branding and cultural and promotion.
Well, watch out for that because Yusuf Jallo, they do the culture show every other Tuesday on Sierra Gem Media. And one of the conversation that we get for come up on in series where they do right now, one get for be about branding and promoting Salone culture beyond clothes, beyond dress and all that. So that they come up, so watch out. So this conversation will be revisited. Thank you so much, Mohammed. We appreciate your contribution.
Thank you. Hello. Yes. One thing again. I be the term for that accident. I'm sorry, really. I just want to divert the whole process a little bit. The term where my brother in village begin that issue. I be send an information. I be request for an information where we not ever respond to now na message. Yeah. Okay. I don't know whether when I deal with that. I will be grateful if you go back to that messenger and then Maka get a response. Let's see what best I go do and me on contribution, please.
All right, thank you so much, man. We'll make sure to reach out to you in the next 24, 48 hours, okay?
Please, thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Well, people pay attention. That's Mohammed. He's one of our regulars. T-Boy, you see how the conversation don't ginger up? Let me hear your take on this. Anyway.
I kind of hear everything coming from all the different corners, and they all make perfect sense. And you can't challenge none of those passionate messages from Majid and the last caller and Foot of State. Because what make I say so now, because they are not just saying these things because they want to say it. Some of which don't get personal discussion, some of which don't do their own research, some of which they make references to things the way they believe say is the norm for the practice of the Olympics. But nobody not make reference of the norm of the practice of the Sierra Leone Olympics Federation, which is what we lack at the moment right now, which we don't know. Yeah. So for as long as there is a massive gap on the unknown,
T-Boy, there is no unknown. There is a contract, and they decided to do otherwise. Play as simple, not be devil advocate.
I'm not playing devil's advocate. Yeah, I am saying this as it is.
Yeah.
I am not playing devil's advocate. Yeah. What I say is simple blank on paper. Now, what is on paper, I am talking about right now. And what I talk about now, the fact say, we don't get extensive research on the Olympics Committee and what's in they do. And what's in they accept and not accept. There are do's and don'ts. And we also, I have personally made those research and I share them with you. And I tell you, say, this is what it is. And you say otherwise. I say, fine, no problem. I agree, but I have a boss because I am coming from a different perspective of voting where they come from. I don't have any issue with what thing they happen. So because I am 110% in favor of the brand Salone, when I Labrum in this case. But like I always say, we have to take things so the actual side way is supposed for the, like Femi clearly say, if this has happened, Labrum is right now for approach 2 committees if anything where the Olympic Committee, they say nothing in my favor, I will approach you and ask the Olympic Committee, this is what has happened. There are publications on my name, on my brand, and my brand was not featured on the day of the opening ceremony. Why? Olympic Committee will respond because it is tarnishing for their image. Also, we don't know now the issue with Salon and Labrum, the brand. Salon not responded, so we're waiting for their response.
All right.
And I will guarantee say they will not respond because that's the norm of what we know in Sierra Leone anyway.
Hold on, another caller just called back the same. Francis is on the phone again. Yes, Francis, go ahead.
Hello, okay, a quick one. Even though some of we just get disgruntled about what will happen with Labrum when we own brand, when we own Salon brand, but on the other hand, yeah, we need for more to get something clarified from Labrum himself. Can they come on board and make it clarify to the Salon people them what it actually go on? Was there a contract signed? Was the agreement? Was there a stand on? Before we go before, but some of we we're so passionate about Salon business. We're everything, oh, this is what the vex. You understand? But on the other hand, can they come up and give a statement saying that this didn't happen?
Well, then be issue a press release, an official press release.
Okay, that's the press release.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, I'm not saying they're going to listen to this conversation. You understand? You see, I feel so touched. You are saying Magic the touch. You understand? This is supposed to get different brand to a brand. We able to qualify making the same brand to what's in Labrum the Dome. You understand? But the problem what they get now, you understand? The need for men to come out
and tell you what happened.
And give a statement publicly and say that this that happened, or that this not to happen. Or if they get a contract not to buy phone talk, you understand? Now paper you sign, assign.
Yeah.
We get a copy. They show them up, this is a contract, they publish them, we get them out. Because like, some of you, we get bets because like, we're passionate about salon business. You understand? We're not showing one book, we see we're showing a brand them, they develop. I want to see me imagine in product up there. I want to see me Afizi product up there. I want to see me Yusuf product up there. You understand? But if we don't get to the root of what's happening, then we left and say, and what did they happen? Okay. No. Then we get to the fact. If we don't get contact with them, definitely look out the program up. We don't get contact with them.
All right.
Make it come up. They count a statement we then do. They come up with a contract we then sign with the government of Sierra Leone. Then we get to the bottom line because then say, we will not sign.
Right,
May
cool.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Francis. And foot of state again. Okay, I think it don't go. Okay, I think, yeah. Hello? I see the connect. Where you see man them begin call two to 10 months. No say the party don't sweet. This now you know okay, la answer this call. Then I can't put for you the story just now. Wait till they laugh. Hello.
Hello. Is this Sierra Gem?
Sierra Gem Media. Yes, please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and your contribution, sir.
Name is Adi Darami. I'm calling from Banjul in the Gambia. And I'll keep it brief. I'm trying to, I think I can echo what the previous caller just said. I think we're in danger of sort of this becoming one of those things which catches fire because of social media without us being in full possession of the facts. I think we have to, the brother who says, Labrum, who says he has a contract, if the Olympic Committee have breached the contract, then I think he should publish it. And so we can see what that contract is. Otherwise, I think we're in the dark. And also, as a journalist, I tell my staff every day when they go out to do a story, sometimes there are 2 sides to a story, sometimes there are 3 sides to a story. I think until we get the side from the Olympic Committee all we'll be doing is guesswork. And as I said, I think something that might clarify everything would be if he published the contract. We could see the terms of the contract, and we can see both the large and the small print, and then we can make informed discussions. But until then, you know, obviously we're sorry that something like this has happened to a talented brother. But, you know, I've been a journalist for 40 years plus, and I always try and be a bit circumspect. I never jump to conclusions, and I think there's a danger of that happening.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. We appreciate that call. And also, just because we don't don't come up, I want to go for the record that we contact representatives of Labrum, right?
Yes.
Just after the event happened, we reach out to them, and, you know, then we say at that time, they're not able to talk, they're hot-headed, a lot is happening within a short space of time. But we offer them an opportunity to come and talk to us and share their story or their experience with people. So over to you, T-Boy, go back to back.
Well, that just don't make me points clear. As I highlight earlier on, say, we don't hear one side. We know the Olympic Committee in response to Labrum in claim against the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation. We haven't heard from the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation. Just like I say, we don't do your research. We don't investigate what has gone wrong, what in the Olympics they say or do or don't. We don't know what in Labrum don't say, but we not yet what in the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation they say. And like we always say, like I say earlier on, we might not get nothing from them. So I know some of the things that we are not just because of I don't support the Labrum brand. I am passionate about Sierra Leone and made in Sierra Leone. So I don't make sure say I don't look at the nitty-gritty of the possibilities of what may or may not have happened in regards to branding and marketing for the Olympics, and also in regards to what's in the Olympic Committee and Sierra Leone don't agree with Labrum. I don't know that. I don't know those details. Yes, you don't say that they've made a press release, but I don't ask earlier on, did Labrum make a statement on his own or a statement was made on his behalf? You said they don't release a press release. Okay, I saw that press release.
The brand Labrum, hold on, caller. Labrum as a brand issued an official press release.
Thank you.
They went ahead with the press release and issued a video when they signed the contract with the representative of the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee head,
yes,
and also witnessed by the Minister of Sport. So that's what we are going by for now, until it's a serious issue where the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee supposed to come out and make a statement. Whether it was factual or not, you cannot keep people in the dark, because you open for more I call them all that kind of thing, and the people go think here and there, go say this and all that thing, and and once you do that, you lost control of the reality. If it's a mistake, someone dropped the ball, come out and say, and that is why we're doing this. But hold on, T-Boy, let me get the caller in, please.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's okay with you. Hello, go ahead, sir. But keep it brief, yeah?
Sorry, I'm going to be brief as much as I possibly can. Here, if all within the brother don't attach, the links, the everything where they not attach, and everything we don't see, if that's not substantial enough, I wonder what else will ever be substantial. Make we not normalize. Make we not normalize bad hearts. Make we not normalize sabotaging. It is wrong, totally, utterly, disgustingly wrong. The way they treat the brother was wrong. Do you understand me? We need to learn to value our very own. You understand me? Too much. Even the one that we're supposed to go participate. How many participants can go? 4. I don't want to disclose so many things out here for myself, your safety, and what they call. How much money will they give them? So much officials them that they end up go. Hey, bro. Too much officials them that they go.
Majid, on the side of waiting T-Boy be the talk and we last caller, Labrum will get more support if they come out and, you know, try for Tell me.
No, but I tell you what, just like I said, the brother, this is the one for win in links and in contacts that we get. That brother is blessed. I kid you not, he is blessed, yeah? Me, a brand owner, brand designer myself, I like I said repeatedly, I aspire to follow on his footsteps. I know in links that we get, he don't do very well, but I say he don't work so hard for reach that level there. Sierra Leone and this sabotage is not able to bring and can do. They don't try them, but they're not able to bring and can do. This just take it for propel them even more. The bottom line is we Sierra Leoneans, if we not stop this, Sierra Leone till we great grandpicking and cancer who don't die don't go long term, Sierra Leone will never move from where it is to another level. Will never. We need to stop this. We need to stop this. The people that we supposed to go even go perform, we for go athletes, they will go perform, then drop them. That's so officials can care go. It's the same repeated attitude. Whether they drop people where you buy space, where you give money, when I give money, then they care go. That's the same thing that they happen in Sierra Leone. Why, guys? Why?
All right.
But when we small, we run a school. We run intersect. I run from the school. Say what they call. It's the same attitude.
I just want to say, Majid, you don't allow you for being represent. You don't allow you belly on big pass me on. So you see.
No problem. No, they know me on God. We don't say now this time you day now. So I make have to concentrate outside me you day. But does that mean I have love for Sierra Leone? I want to, at the same way my brother do too, where the brand they get bigger, they get recognition. I want to be able to do for Sierra Leone. Let Sierra Leone say proud of me someday. But does that mean the same way where they don't treat the brother so that's so they go treat me? This is going to deter a lot of people like me and other people with a good intention for help Sierra Leone for stand back and say, wait a minute, look that brother don't do all kinds of things for them. Look what they treat them. So let me not put your money there. It is sad. Look, again, another example, quick one. Volleyball team. They don't do so well. Practice for let them go qualify for go for the same Olympic. Oh, you kid this, that, what they call. They don't even get, they say funding not there. But funding there for football, the national team qualify for Nations Cup. So, man, listen, Sierra Leone, man, I beg you people in position and in power, please do not change this narrative for we. We are sick and tired. For we small, we born. We don't go through this. But they beg una now. Now beg una, they beg una they listen to we. They beg una change it in the narrative for Sierra Leone. Let Sierra Leone go before. For God in heaven's sake. They beg una for Mr. President can take along to the list. Sierra Leonean, una change on a narrative, change the way we all, include let we all change the way we treat ourselves. Let we love ourselves and support ourselves. Me, for instance, despite is a friend, I bought the full suit, T-Boy Siam. I buy it from head to toe. That's what he calls support. I support him. He don't give me for free. Do you understand me? It is wrong. We beg. We beg. Let's support ourselves, bro. We beg. Otherwise, I say if not Nigerian and Ghanaian beget this guy, Lord God in heaven, like listen, you want to know the Arifa. Just like when they get born a boy, whiskey and all that. You want the Arifa know, then they celebrate them. So this is how we need to learn to celebrate our very own.
All right, Majid. Thank you.
Lord God in heaven.
Thank you. Well, see what we see Majid preach all say he called Lord God in heaven, it blew mind. Over to you.
I see Majid in frustration, and I'm very I go say it is sudden. That's one, and two, again, this not a lesson for like everybody within the industry step up their game. One, in terms of actually looking at the blueprint of every contract signed. Two, value of your brand and how you deal with people from outside your brand, how you're able to project your brand, and also follow up. Three, if your brand is going to represent in any international platform, apart from the platform we don't normally to represent, seek second opinion from the platform we go deal with. Because otherwise, you don't know what is happening there, what sort of agreement that has been made. You might sign a contract with Salon, but also if Salon go play in Gambia, sign a contract, start for investigate what's in the rules and regulation in Gambia will affect your brand. You see, the reason why they say so, we were not in this position 15, 20 years ago. And me and Femi, we've been into so many international events in the past when it comes to fashion and other industry, entertainment to be specific, even when it comes to football. Yeah. But what we do, we find the organizers in charge. First, if there's a publication for a fashion show, Ghana Fashion Week or African Fashion Week or whatever it is, we find the organizations involved and we ask, what are the protocols? Again, we're not just coming from one angle, we are coming from all other angles them attached to that particular event. Again, like I said, some people set up their businesses, but they don't take preference with other sub areas that has to do with other areas then we go concerned with their business and branding. If we go cover an event where we not get nothing, no historical background about, we find out about the event first. Me don't go cover Salifou Keita na Salone. Imagine, Salifou Keita was doing a public event in Sierra Leone. This was like a couple of years ago at the National Stadium. I turn up with a professional camera. Listen to this. Brand Salifou Keita have people within the audience where they monitor watching people in the film. Listen to this. And then somebody, I've been in a presidential, I come up presidential, I have a zoom lens, and I came down on stage. As I put the camera on tripod, now then somebody can approach me. You should not film this. I'm like, why? Because you're not allowed to. I'm like, who says? He said, well, sorry, this is not the media team of Salifou Keita, and we monitor everything within the film at this particular event, and you represent a professional entity with the camera that you're using. I'm like, you must be joking. He said, yes, I'm not joking, I'm serious. I was stopped not to film Salifou Keita on stage with my professional camera that I have on stage, because the man also realized, say, the camera where I get is a high-end camera, and that footage can be of significant use to me in any way, shape, or form. But you don't really care if somebody they taking phone, they film and take picture, doesn't care. Because guess what? That will only be for certain purposes, for your own self-consumption. But for the fact, say, I'm not going to that particular event there as a media personnel, I don't have a media rights to film that event with my high-end camera. Correct. Because Salifou Keita on himself is a brand.
Correct.
And the image of Salifou Keita on my high-end professional camera can be marketed anywhere. Mm-hmm. Because it get the specific generation, it get the specific media content specification where I will use for selling on any platform because it will pass. So guess what happens? When me and Femi they cover event there in the UK, we need to go with high-end professional camera. As we put camera down so on a tripod, they stopped us. You can't do that. But guess what? We begin for all with camera and we on. Because we know for say there are protocols to follow. We don't go film the mayor in office then, so we know for put camera na the platform. This na camera, this na outside, everybody work out camera as tourists. Nobody stops them, right? But guess what? We specifically put a camera on a tripod and we were stopped. We get past 10 different approaches that we come towards before stop filming. Why? Because you are not a tourist. That's one, two.
Clarify, Mayor of London.
Mayor of London.
London Mayor's office.
Yes, London Mayor's office. So basically, then stop we for a few reasons. One, we are professionals. Do we have any legal rights to film the building? And what we don't put down represent professionalism. Do we have insurance to cover anybody where they can trip on those
issues? Yeah.
Thank you. So for the fact that we know definitely what are the protocols, we can't argue. So what do we do? We look at the
Go ahead.
We look at the shortcuts.
So there is something where I agree on with you when you talk. Again, you mentioned earlier, we don't come back to that. You see, again, even like, with professionals, artists, footballers and stuff, we're not blaming, we are not saying that's what's happening here, but we're just highlighting for other people. Like what T-Boy say, don't just get excited and jump into something. All right? Do your homework. It is your responsibility, because at the end of the day, you'll be the one paying the heavy price if it goes bad. You cannot sign a contract or involve in a transaction that's big without involving a lawyer. You understand? Lawyer way, no more contract law and all that in the day. So for smaller businesses, even if it's on a pro bono basis, you the grab a startup, you the entrepreneur, you have to get it right from day one, because you don't know where that is going to take you, who side it lead you, and so on and so forth. So take your business seriously. There's a difference between your hobby and your business. What you do for fun and just your what you call them, and what you do as business for make money, make profits, and grow, it's completely different. So still, we still believe, like T-Boy say, for balance things out. We'll hope to hear from the Sierra Leone Olympics Committee for a written version of their story. And also, if Labrum get an opportunity, they can come to our platform and we'll hear from their perspective officially on our platform. We don't soon a press release and so on and so forth. But make sure you do your homework if you want to enter into transaction with anybody, particularly in Sierra Leone. Big brands, they boycott each other. Where's money business don't involve, then they outdo each other. You understand? A cutthroat business. More so now a place where they struggle a little bit for meet international standards at so many levels. However, as Femi said earlier, it is important as Sierra Leoneans to support our own. Even if we all know the 100% quality match the international one. If we only reach 50-60%, let promote them. That's what they begin Hollywood small. Hollywood be the work up and 3 foot. They make all they laugh. Hey, then they wait to call and produce film, them will make all kinds of. Now Hollywood has gone global. It don't meet international standard. You know what I mean?
It not still meets international standards.
It has, because if you get international platforms,
so me make it justify that.
They tell you it has whatever you brand as international, for as long as international platforms they host Hollywood, now how they call it, Nollywood movies, or materials, means it's gone international. Whatever you want to say about it. So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Why shall I take that call? Continue, Femi.
Mr. Baba.
Oh, Juma. Boy. So, 16 years ago, I think so this same very July we did Panso, 2005, there was a concert in the UK called Live 8, Africa Calling. So then we get a massive stage in Hyde Park, I believe, and then we get another stage in the Eden Project in Cornwall. Where this show they come up, we be one go because it was to raise money for Africa. So we wrote to the organizers and we asked for get a press pass. Then until we say sorry, you guys, we're not sure, because we didn't know better. I just wrote as a person, I just emailed as a person. So then say not possible. They turned me down. But at the time I've been working at our radio station, a Ghanaian radio station, with the oh gosh, I don't go blank. Voice of Africa Radio. Yes, so I was working at this radio station with the owner named Space Clotty. I don't know if some of them are going to able to. And I sit up with Space and we talk about them. And Space said, let me write back to them with the company letterhead saying we're writing from Africa, Voice of Africa Radio, and see what's in the The moment we write to them, we email them, they email us back. Then we asked beaucoup questions. They actually thought that we were based in Africa at the time. So because they look we as this small entity with the Africa, we want can cover this project we then do for Africans, then give we pass. They wrote to us and said, yes, you guys are welcome. Come, wait till I go need, blah, blah, blah. We tell them, so one can do a bit of filming, a bit of interview, cable interview, some of the artists. Then CS, they'll come, we'll go to blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we drove all the way down to Cornwall, long drive, by the way, from London. But beautiful scenery. For go through all the forests, we reached the beautiful place. But we reached there and then we asked around. They show us how for go press passes. We went there and then treat we like royals. You know, then see with these small African guys from these small African countries. They want to Europe. They want to do this, and you know they allowed us. The reason why they make this comparison, yes, to waiting till we talk earlier on, but I remember say, you know, imagine say Labrum, okay, this COVID thing not allowed for travel, but imagine say Labrum being go Tokyo and say, you know, I am the guys. We don't donate to this small West African country. Then they attire. We for they see them on television. You know, the BBC, CNN, or whoever national station we been covered in. I bet you for make a story built around them. This little company from little known Sierra Leone, they sponsor the lady athletes there. So, and you never know. As I say, we were treated like kings. Then give all kind access to all kind of them big artists. Them, you know, we get the chance for actually interview Yusuf Ndo. So for me, you know, those were memorable times. Thing I would take to my grave possibly, and you know, I feel I'm for the guy. We say instead for don't get an opportunity for go, you know, a platform as big as Dande as Majid say for go talk about him brand. But rightly so, there is three sides to every story. You know, we not go able to sit down there so and do this, the whole topic justice if we just look at from one side. I believe say there must be some kind of agreement, and if agreement has been breached, then we need for Yoruba Dande and action needs to be taken. But as we know, Salon must stand above case because our judiciary aren't serious enough to help us, you know, get justice when we need it. But I know this is another case because until Labrum do something we not right, something certain terms and conditions we need them for meet, we they not meet, we don't know. All we can do is speculate. So it'd be nice if we will encourage Labrum for calm and the Olympics committee say for calm, or if they're able kind of win platform, but at least able come out and make, you know, make them talk the thing. It's a national issue. The court of public opinion is out. Everybody is screaming and shouting and feeling very emotional. So, you know, let's take a step back and invite these people for calm, who can get a conversation. Not necessarily in our real media. It can be in you know, on the big media in our salon, or it can be in a newspaper them. You know, let's see what's in the way forward on this thing. Don't not just left arm and we forget what's on. But again, I kind of blame Labrum for not pushing the case any further because the way it happened, they made a lot of noise and then they've gone very, very silent. But again, sometimes they're lawyers and they look into things and they don't tell and say, oh, no, not comment until we know more. So, let we watch the road and see.
Well, cool. Thank you so much, Femi. Let me get this caller. Caller, how are you?
Yeah, Jim, I'm all right. You?
Very well, thank you. Your name and who's the call from?
Yeah, this is Ahmed. I call from UK. Anyway, it's been a while though. Well, good to see you guys back. I'll follow the debate, you know. I always say follow now. Things the program make a lot of sense, and most of the things that I put up is like all concerning Sierra Leone, which is good. You know, before I go further, I just want to know, actually, I know Labrum, I see the vest and stuff. I never follow. Maybe probably after this program from tomorrow, I'm going to take my time and go into the site and try to see. I see some of them designing good. But what I know here, they don't use Labrum in brand. Did they use any other brand outside Sierra Leone or designed by a Sierra Leonean or what?
That's the mystery. We don't know.
Okay. If that is the case, yes, I don't listen to T-Boy, Tick, and Femi as well, based on cameras and all those projects and that's it, which is right. Yeah, we see them. Then when it comes to video, when it comes to coverage, some of we know too, know much of those things. But like for the industry, we saw they work, and even when we monitor like train station and stuff, we stock people away. Even the video, we get powerful cameras. We don't look at because of all of the terrorist acts and stuff. So we always make sure that those areas are safe. If we see with a very powerful camera, we approach you and stuff. You got to stop what you're doing. It's not except to get for verify you and know the purpose. So fine. But we talk of I think it's similar stuff though. But this is a design actually, and it's a Sierra Leonean. You know, my brother, we get a lot of problems in any side, from top government come down to all of these institutions. If you look at it, as we don't know actually what is in the bag, we wait and see if actually the guy himself going to let things out, and then so that we all forget the story clear. You know, but I'm sure wherever money involved means he's going to donate, make a donation, maybe just to propagate the country, or maybe just for propagate your own brand and stuff. But it all goes down again to some smuggled stuff. You know, wherever Sierra Leonean officers get involved. And they always, I'm sure, now so then get for do all of this thing for this carry they get for fuck up. Because by all indication, this is our brother. This is that guy where they make this brand. It's from Sierra Leone. So like all the previous speakers say, like this is the guy Maji is talking. My brother, we all owe obligation. We all owe this guy for milk. We all propagate for more, all promoter. Be it government level and stuff. We not go for try for defender. This is the one the way even they carry the Olympic medal or stuff. And now we not go for look and say, you know what? This is our own brother. We go for try for send to a stage whereby people will see that will show love, like the previous speaker say, if it's Nigeria or even Senegal, because we know even the Gambia, that little country, I know how they're so passionate with their own stuff then. But Sierra Leone, I don't know why. So, but anyway, like you guys said, we wait and see. Probably when I will come back and tell me the details of everything, which we hope, and we're gonna listen again, and we got forget the whole story before we conclude. Yeah. But we just hope and pray that, and we keep supporting this guy. Actually, no matter how maybe the design is not, but this is our own. Let us appreciate it. It's our own. So no matter if it's going to be Nike or whatever, but I'm sure it's good because I see guys and putting it on and stuff. I see some of these brands, I think they're fine. If we propagate them well or use them, I'm sure they also, but we call it even shine. So even if they make it in the rough way, it's still going to shine. So that's my take anyway. So we're not going to conclude now until we see the depth of the whole issue. So once again, I want to thank you very much for bringing up this issue to we, and actually people that we will know what is going on. So thanks once more again.
All right, thanks, Mohammed. Thanks for your call.
All right. Bye.
Well, for both guys, what Femi say earlier on in respect to the kind of media coverage way an individual will make, for example, Labrum, if he show up at the event, what difference he will have made. I give an example. I posted a video on the group yesterday where they show Madam Barry, where go represent Sierra Leone, and he represent the Olympics for the first time. She actually had a national coverage. For what? Because in partner prepare for propose to him in public. For the fact that say he decided for go and set up that stage, it creates media attention straight away. So for the fact say Madam Barry came back from the Olympics from Tokyo for go on the second rounds, and this is our first time for the Olympics. She had a massive media attention where make headline news in America. Because in husband to be now proposed to him on her return. So still in the image of not coming back home with a medal, but you still make the headlines. And you have to be strategic in making headlines if you actually have any kind of thing representing. I would have, for example, like we say now, I can make so many headlines, or Sierra Leone media can make so many headlines if we choose to, in our own atmosphere that we represent as in Sierra Leone. And guess what? Even out of Sierra Leone, we don't make so many headlines out of Sierra Leone, because when we showcase on events that we not get for do with Sierra Leone, when me and Femi turn up, they will ask, is this the BBC? Because that's the preference we put on the brand that we have. Nothing is small for us. As long as we go outside of we community, we get for make them elaborate, because we don't know who is watching us. We don't know who is looking at what we're doing. We talked with Yusuf Ujalo a couple of weeks ago, na some park where they be in Woolwich. When we set up the cameras ready to film Yusuf Ujalo, we created a scene. And everybody was asking, all these kids were running, are we going to be on camera? Are we going to be on BBC? Are we going to be on? Because that's the preference we put on what we do as a brand.
Right.
So basically, I am not saying anything about Labrum in a negative way, but in a very positive way. This should be a very strong lesson for the brands. The brands that we have in our own midst is a very strong lesson to say, when they make contract, again, I will challenge Majid, say we cannot be saying if this did not happen to Labrum, we're very bad, we for move away. No, we don't move away because we want to change the narrative. So we stick in there and make sure say we get it right. We will make so much mistakes, but we should get it right. And we therefore make them understand, say, this is how you should be working with your fellow Sierra Leoneans. You know, they just play down on them. I always say this on this platform. Sierra Leone don't give a toss about the diaspora. We they kill yourself a million times. They don't really care.
But that is not acceptable. It's not.
It is not acceptable. So now that's make we for fight against them. Yeah. And the only way how they fight against them, we either take them to task, that's one, or two, we make sure so they know the value of what in the diaspora they play in making the contribution to Sierra Leone's development. And like we clearly say, if £1 is being spent on any brand in Sierra Leone or within the diaspora, it's filtered back into Sierra Leone.
Of course.
In so many different ways. So we got to get value of that. And the only way how they maintain that value there, if we stick together and fight the system that doesn't work, and we make sure the system work. We don't look at individual, we look at the institutions, because the institutions are representing. And if the institution where they represent, what we they deal with, not get a strong background for protect with all interest, let's work towards changing that methods. Because if the method of operation is wrong, it means it's going to affect every single one of us. They're not hit with so many times, but we're not going to shy away. We're not going to run away. We just stick in there because we want that change to take place whilst we're still alive. We don't tell for they say, oh, now so we grandpa, they don't tell you, so now so we can't tell we can pick them. Hell no. We should stop that from happening. And by stopping that from happening, now for make sure say we dig further into some of them things that also really happen, and we find out exactly what is the root cause of these issues.
And definitely we promise say we defend we per lamp, we shade lamp, and we touch light for friend waiting to happen. We go contact for the Dumbuya, and we go find a way for contact the Olympics Committee, the representative, either the person who signed the contract or one of their legal persons, for at least talk to if they agree. If they not agree, well, we'll still let you know as well that they refuse. Anyway, again, like somebody states, say if Labrum, they're in the process of, using the legal route for this, they may decline to come. Just like how we say earlier, we did not reach out. As soon as this happened, we reach out to some of the representatives and then but let me say the timing was not right. All right, so T-Boy, I think Femi, let we try round up today's program. We don't learn a lot of lessons right now. This talk nugget for Don Naya with the anger, the current say with the eng bars, with the eng heavy bars right now. If you're not careful with the cocoa you say, man, no, they be an ishin. But we will try for me can say we play fair game. And so let's round up for today, and then we'll talk about we introduce the program for tomorrow, and also what we'll get for Saturday. We'll get exclusive Saturday, and then hopefully we have something on Thursday. Over to you, Femi and T-Boy. Let's round up. Who wants to go first?
Well, Femi, you want to go first or I'll go first? Okay.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, I'll go. Don't worry. It's cool.
You want me to go?
Cool. No, I'll go. All
right.
I don't see I'll get for save you for the.
Because you got your target for talking, you can't come back, so.
Okay, you say you want to talk for make I come back to you. Okay, no, let's talk, and then if anything we say, I will respond to that, and I'll come back to at some point, and then Juma go wrap up. But yeah, on a very serious note, I think branding is something that is very passionate to me. Like I said earlier on, this now brand Sierra Leone Media again. Brand Sierra Leone Media.
Well, so tell people then don't know. Tell them that Sierra Leone Media branded that one day. Tell them that. Who's brand that T-Boy?
It's not brand Sierra Leone Media.
Okay. So Fambulem, brand Sierra Leone Media by T-Boy's production.
But anyway, again, I looked at myself. And as they become of age, although I was 35.
He's still 35.
Yeah, I'm still 35. And I realized, say, my dress code have to change. Why? Because I want to feel and represent where I'm from. And I know they do I'm just today, because I believe, say, 30 years back or 40 years back, we are not been on bonnets, we be the way we will dress typical African. And when we came to the UK in our own days, people they laugh at we because we wear African beads, we wear African necklaces and African jewelries and we earn. And they say, no, they make Africa be man and canon and still they wear bead on the neck. Yes. And now it is a norm. Everybody is.
I said there's still bush.
I tell you, they say when a bush boy will just come out salon, we still get our bush in we. But again, we did not stop wearing it because we think we've been laughed at or looked at in a very difficult way because we've been getting some kind big stick within the Caribbean community we were representing. As in, those African boys are here. So we became notorious within the communities that we are. And people find them very difficult for deal with the fact, say, these African boys are always showcasing their African beads and whatever they have. But we will struggle to get the African costume because it was not too much accessible within the African community, the whole thing we said, because everybody be the way there, Paco Jean, Kalkani, those days where Kalkani and all those stuff, the LL Cool J's and the stuff with the caps and the big baggage because they only drop halfway in your waist, tie with rope. And we did none of that because we did not represent ourselves in that sort of way. No disrespect to those who are representing, even among we missed as young people that we be there around, we may get some of we peers that we be the guest take that, whilst we the way we African. So we not shy away from being African. And I decided to say, okay, I'll go African now because I don't think I will be in the position to do all the stuff the way I'm not fit to say I'm able to do where I be young. So now I can do them where I don't old. And I'm proud to say I have decided to change my wardrobe and make it African to the extent that everything I do in so many different ways, I try to put an African element to it because I want to be proud of what we do. But when it comes to branding in Sierra Leone, we're not too confident enough to say, this is what I do and I represent. But the very good thing when it happen now that the fact say brands are growing and the brand the way they grow, they get forever day in competition. It has to be an ethical way of competing in a very professional way. What can you do to improve your brand? What can you do to leverage your brand to the level where you want them? It's not about making comparison with somebody else in brand. You should be competing with the household name brands, whether like the Nike, the Puma, the Adidas, or whatever you might call it. And when we look at what we are doing within the Sierra Leone media mist, no disrespect, but we're looking at the top media houses in the world. The BBC, the CNN, the Sky, and the rest. Those now we benchmark them that one in there. And for make you actually begin leverage yourself to then benchmark them, it means you just should not just have the equipment base, but you need to have the skills, the technical, the thinking, and the constructive platforms. Then we try for put things together as what thing will represent we as Sierra Leone media. So all bounce down to branding. So until you know the value of the product where you make for your consumers, then your brand will be relevant. It's not about you, the individual. Like now, very few people know Labrum in real name because it don't put preference on the brand Labrum. Mm-hmm. We don't need to know his name anymore. As far as we're concerned, Labrum. But guess what? He has a name. But for the fact that he don't put premium for that brand day, now you make everybody talk about Labrum, 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 Labrum. And that's the essence of branding. Branding should be something that has significant value to the products where you relate them to and your consumers. Because sometimes people don't buy your product anymore, they buy your brand. Mm-hmm. And buying your brand doesn't mean you have the best brand in the world. No, it means you've put premium towards your brand. Why should I have an Apple phone or Apple Watch or Samsung? Why should I have Galaxy 8 or Galaxy 9 or iPhone 12 Pro Max or whatever you might call it?
Well, you can still get your PRSP where they do the same thing.
Thank you. But guess what? For the fact say they name that particular phone in that particular way, there are specific reasons why they say Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max is the most essential tool for somebody where one for do X, Y, Z, Z, Z. Guess what? When they show you the quality of the pictures, when they show you the filming footage, when they show you the potential of what in that phone they can do, and you are into that sort of industry, you will buy one. Because it not just represents a phone, it represents everything else that you might want to do with it. That's the preference of the brand where Apple puts per that particular phone day. So if you the urge for go buy something, you're not just buying it because you think you like it. You're buying it because you think it can serve the purpose of why you're buying it. So going back to branding, in regards to the Sierra Leonean concept, we should take premium responsibility of the products, we brand, how we sell them, who that we sell them to, and make them accessible to the public. Because if you get for sale one particular brand, 50 leons, for example, if you're also able to cater for everybody on the end, the high end, the mid end, and the top end. And you also get to look at the basic end where you fit to say you go able to produce something where everybody can able to afford to buy. You can able to buy £1 Nike socks. You're able to buy £10 Nike socks. You're able to buy £50 Nike socks and £100 as you go up. So we get to really take preference of what we do and how we package, we products them, and how we sell them, and how we make them accessible to the markets.
Right.
So branding to me is very important. Everything that we deal with in the world that we live today is branding. One female brand we will not make mention of, Smiling True Light, is a brand that has started a couple of years ago. It don't gradually grow. It don't grow. It don't grow. It don't create a own platform for itself. Now it is becoming a household brand, not just in Sierra Leone, but it is kind of branch out to other parts of Africa because the essence of the product is what makes the brand valuable because it will produce electricity and light for like people able for consume them when they get access to normal electricity.
Where you don't talk, so I'm tempted to summon Smiling Through Lights on Thursday. So
well, it is up to her now to accept that.
Phone number or your address or however for contact her, make sure say you tell the town clearly pass the message. Smiling through lights with someone you on Sierra Leone.
Well, I don't summon them, but it said there is something coming up within the next couple of days where it is kind for put out to the public. So yes, until after that, it will come definitely. But again, this is about consistency of your brand. I have seen brand grow from zero to where they are right now. I have been influential in so many different brands from where they were nothing until the top end of what they are doing right now. And I feel proud of nothing other than consistency and maintaining your focus and your market value and your clientele base, because that is the most important thing. Because if you don't have consistency, if you don't have brand value, if you don't have structure, and if you don't have customer service to deal with the people that are buying your product, your brand means nothing. I remember a couple of years ago, there was a brand in America that had an issue. Paul Smith, I think it was Paul Smith or so, some big household name brand came out and publicly say he's not doing his brand for Black people. But guess what? After that statement, Naim, a massive, huge chunk of Black designers then begin produce now, and everything was sold to Black people buy their own products. So it was a revolution of brand in the making that actually brought that statement out when the negative statement, I think that Tommy Hilfiger, it was a one big brand, and I'm not too sure of the brand anyway, but that brand, Naim make Black brand then become very influential in America. Because if you can boldly make a statement to say you're not designing your stuff for Black people, then Black people will design their stuff for themselves. So let's take preference and take high responsibility of the brand they already put in place and how we brand them and the product the way they go alongside the brand, because branding is key. Everything that you see on art today is brand, from politics, entertainment, sports, social, any kind of issue, there is a brand connected to it. So let's keep that at the back of women and take them very seriously. Say anything they put brand premium to, we get for put value to them as well. I want to say thank you to all the viewers that we don't watch, whether on Facebook and YouTube, and a contribution. Yes, it's good for us to be looking at stuff and doing research as the program they unfold, so we know exactly what we talk about, so we get reference points. But like I said earlier on, it's sad. Nobody can give me any kind of reference points from the Sierra Leone Athletics Federation, because there is nothing there to reference on, because it doesn't exist. So thank you very much for your contribution. And definitely, I will left the other end of the program for the announcement by Juma and the rest of the team.
Cool. Thank you so much, T-Boy. And I like the way the conversation go. It look like it gets all the elements them so far. So let's answer for what you call it, Minister Foot of State. You say PRSP versus how they call the phone, Samsung and Apple, yeah? It say PRSP noisy and poor in imaging. So me they tell us say the power of PRSP now that the battery they last for 1 week or 2 weeks because we don't abandon with iPhone and Samsung them for PRSP. And also PRSP, they're not a thief. We try for thief. We see me PRSP, now they call me my hair. Cutter, you don't forget your phone, can't take your phone. But when you see
and PRSP gets one massive significant value. It cannot be tracked.
Thank you. So you see Foot of State, you know, the different qualities of PRSP with the sell PRSP now to now the quality that we get.
And people are still not the one where they use PRSP.
I get about 3 or 4 PRSPs when I go to.
No, but you didn't use them. Just get them over. You didn't use them.
You know, we'll go salon. Those are now we talk about that. Those are our lifeline. When we reach now the hills, the Musa network, now the PRSP. Yes. Okay, over to you, Femi.
Juma, officially you na kiss.
Thank you.
First of all, I want just remind people that within PRSPB. Anybody know na pound also?
PRSP na poverty reduction strategy paper and then equator because of the poverty na salon. So na make them give the phone name PRSP say na poor man phone.
Yes, you're right there. So literally I used that statement the one day. Now me papa called me, say come. How you manage to get this phone here so that name day and why? I didn't have a clue. It's in PRS.
You got a call.
I just say call. Now you can educate me good one. I say okay, I don't understand now. That's so you see this phone here so the same battery they last forever and a day. So I guess now I made them call and so.
Yes.
So
never
you know. Anyway, that's PRSP. Quickly before we go far, T-boy. Apparently that story we talk, but the designer we talk say, designing clothing for African people, it don't actually come out and say not true, and nobody not able to find this video with them claim say it talk live on air na an Oprah Winfrey show. Oprah herself don't come out and say not true, so people are saying it's what's known as an urban myth. We in a story where people in the circulate we all man believe, but actually not true. And I don't know for a fact, but that's the statement they put out. Again, if you look at waiting that man they do, he come encounter the things something like that Labrum say for can do. Let's put our papers on the table, make people know exactly what's in the situation. So if Salone Olympic Committee do bad, if you can't bring out the paperwork, then we all know say they do bad and we'll go chastise them for that. But if you bring your paperwork and you're not correct and something you self get something wrong, or if Salone Olympic Committee themselves can't prove their own stuff, then Labrum will go, sorry for you, but we'll tell you say yourself not right. But anyway, before we done, we're talking about fashion and branding and the importance of it. Years and years ago, there was a magazine in London where my name don't escape me, but back then it wasn't fashionable to be black, and definitely it was not fashionable to be African. Or we have both brother and sister when they come, then go associate themselves to say they're West Indian rather than Africans. But this particular magazine, Mindy, they used to take pictures of Nigerian weddings with them big a diadem, this and that. I just can't remember the name of the magazine. But anyway, sorry, do you know it, Juma? Ovation, yeah, I think it's an Ovation magazine, yes. Ovation. Thank you. Ovation. So, and they were doing their things. They started off, I guess, say, in a small little corner. But they do the name, and the more they put out some of their images there. So it was a glossy magazine, so it looked posh, it looked this and that. Story them might not believe say better story being the way you go see you read, because not to read now being look. So we see this person wedding, say we Africa man, the way they dress go wedding with the dress up. And they started showing all these women in their African attires with the nice big cap. Bando the way they don't tie at the aid, they cutting them, they brilliant them, and our younger girls, they realize say that's my culture, and slowly and surely they all started moving towards that way. So then they begin influence the fashion, then begin now use the African materials and cut them in European styles. Yeah, and then they begin and go outside. Photographers then begin to take them pictures. Then things started growing. In England, I personally have seen the movement from people that will not be associate themselves to Africans to right to the other end of the scale. We with man all the way we unclose them for for Taleke. There's a news report on the BBC where I think say now African wife married, because there's so many times I see this guy and he's got African attire on, and
just know
thank you. I don't know his wife. I just have a funny feeling because anytime I see the guy, he's dressed in African wear. This is not Wetmano. So you understand, we've become so influential in society that not to just we picking that we not be one dress like a we now foreign picking that we one can dress like a we now do we did now. I remember we were DJing at some club in the West End. It was called Coke's Wine Bar many years ago, and we played a song. You know, we see a few Africans in there. We weren't sure. Usually, when they go play out, it was more, you know, the black culture. But would they play reggae? Would they play raga? Would they play hip hop? Would they play R&B? And then I think I spotted a few Africans, and I said, okay, let's test this. And we played Sweet Mother. My brother Juma T-Boy, that dance floor was full of Africans. We cannot be no sitting and be African, man. They sang that song word for word, word for word, word for word. You know how long that song is? They asked me to play it again. Then I played it again. Then come to me and say if I got Shino Peters. I played Afro Juju for them. They came, they asked me if I had Lagos Nights. I played Lagos Nights. These guys and girls were of African descent, but I would have never known, because they dress different. But the moment we begin, you know, try for change the narrative, we begin get more and more people they can do we. Afrobeat is possibly one of the biggest music genres in the world in 2021. Just go back a few years and you'll see that that was not the case. We're improving, but for me to keep for the improve, we need brand ambassadors. We need people we go stand against when things are not right. When everybody they complain, blah blah blah, they will come and stand and say, yes, here I'm from Sierra Leone, watch what I'm wearing, you know. In my case, my hat, T-Boy, they show in clothes. You know, Juma, I don't know what you they show, but you see, they show nobody in brand. But you know, sometimes we have to stand up so that some of them brand they are so good, then so go get small attention. Before I go, there was a program on TV the other day, and then they talk about the history of darts. You know. And in the 20s, after the First World War, darts, people begin play darts. It started in England, then it got exported out of England. But it was a game for men. They go sit on a pub and they drink and they throw darts na the board. Then one day, the Queen Mother, the late Queen Mother now, she was Queen Elizabeth at the time. They go inside this pub, this famous pub, and she said, she wanted to throw a dart. The cameraman, they all been there, and she threw a dart to the board and then take the picture. And they posted the picture on all the newspapers in London or in England at the time. And the game of darts never looked back. All them, picking them, every single household, they bought a dart board because the Queen Mother literally gave her support to this brand. This brand new game yaso. So it is important that as Tiwa Binitka for say, let's put a bit of value, but let's find brand ambassadors and people will go stand up and say, I support this brand. I said I'm Team Sierra Leone. Today I've got Majid's hat. Sometimes I have
What's the name of the brand?
Sorry? Harik Vazil.
Yeah.
Some of the times I have my brother Hafizion hats in United Africa wear, and I support these guys. I support all the brands, but these guys in particular, because I like wear hats, so literally every day I'm out, I make sure that, I wear the hats. I've got the different colors, I get you out with the Salon flag Naya. I get Majidion with all the different colors them. But, if I don't support these guys, if I don't buy their products, they're not going to grow. So let's spend our money, for buy the ads and not to better money. Let's go look. This guy we designed the team for Salon. If enable do na the Olympics, we Sierra Leoneans, let's support him. People are saying his brand is good. Let's go out there, look for it and support it. Somebody they asked in the chats now YouTube, say if we get the link to the guy website, if we can post on so that then go able to go buy some of him products them. So let's support brand Sierra Leone. There are plenty other designers them who know the name today. I should say some of them get for full up my phone. Especially the way they design the woman clothes them. Big up to you all. Carry on doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you so much, Femi and T-Boy. Just a quick correction, Femi. I not say another way brand, which I say the global brands we get big logo. I know they go buy them for promote them. because that's what exactly I'll be doing. They already get enough promotion. I'll promote our Team Sierra Leone brand. And you talk about brand ambassadors. I see this Labrum brand, one of the people that we carry is the famous actor, where people say na salon actor, Idris Elba, you know. We already claim we don't see him, we don't do videos of him, so kudos to him that he supports the Labrum brand. So, well, there's not much to say. We don't talk good, don't talk calm, but it come back to the same thing. Let we value we own, let we develop we own, let we promote we own, and let we cherish we own. That is the only way Sierra Leone go reach na the map. Sierra Leone no need for be only known by, as you say, Sierra Leone. That's the thing that kills me. You know, up until this day, we try to explain who say Sierra Leone, they did that. As a member now, say, oh, blood diamond. I can just look at the people them. So you see, because now the stigma that we don't attach to we, which is really, really, really sad. So if we begin get things like this way, they transform, you know, we image in a way, let's embrace it. Let's don't try to kill it. It may look small, but on that small day, and they grow. The big tree not just grab a big one grain day. I mean seed, it begin grow small, till it become a giant tree. All the big brands then today, if you watch them, then start now one corner shop, or one garage, or one backyard, or now one small table, and so then starts. So don't underestimate anybody who's able for reach. And let me see. Yeah, somebody, they say this guy also don't style and dress Samuel L. Jackson. So you see, we don't know much about him. So at least, again, I can say, sometimes and day, inside me philosophy now for look at the, you know, take the positive out of every situation or opportunities. In any bad situation, opportunities, then they come out there. Possibly, Team Sierra Leone for being just show this brand that the people forget about them all smooth, but the controversy we don't around them now don't make people become curious. They say, what is this? So don't feel hard done by. If you have to do what you have to do to, you know, settle the scores between you and the Olympics Committee and come out and make let the public understand what happened, go ahead and do so. But use this as a springboard for encourage you for do more and prove you doubters them wrong. That's for this particular, for Labrum and anybody else where they do something, believe in what you do. Do you know how many times we Sierra media, then don't for a gun and don't kick one outside and broke, we rips them. We go say up here and then at the end of the day we swell a breeze. But we're not to stop. We're not to stop. So it happens. So don't give up. That's what we're saying. Tomorrow they discuss controversy again. It's going to be, you know, national issue, but politics within. And what's not the topic, T-Boy? Huh? You got a problem. What's not the topic? I go blank there for a second.
Let's check. What's the topic again for tomorrow? I think I get where I check it.
Sorry about that, people.
I don't say you don't forget because you click for forget.
Yeah.
Hey, Juma, you're a star. Yeah. Oh, President Madabio's trip to the UK. What did Sierra Leone benefits? You know, Madabio no money you have for gas, you don't forget we discuss.
Well, this is my president.
It's calling him.
My president, you know, President Madabio in trip to the United Kingdom, a most recent trip to the United Kingdom.
Not so your most recent trip. Yesterday, day before yesterday trip.
Okay. All right. In day before yesterday trip to the UK.
In day before yesterday trip, yes.
What did
the most recent one a couple of months ago. Now, in day before yesterday trip.
All right. So the reason I make would bring that, I know people will ask, but amidst the COVID, you know, president's travel. So one for no, you know, waiting at the benefit. So we can discuss them. And on Saturday, we are hosting Madam Yvonne Akisoya, the mayor of Freetown, for can talk to we on an exclusive, you know, so we will get them now. So Saturday will be a little earlier in the day. So for those in Sierra Leone, it will be 7 p.m. in Sierra Leone, 8 p.m. in the UK, 3 p.m. in the United States of America, US Eastern Standard Time, and now Europe, now 9 p.m., correct? 9 p.m. Okay, so we discuss the president in recent trip, and also on Saturday we'll get the mayor of Freetown. Then possibly we'll give a shocky on Thursday. Don't worry, Sarah Jemidas got you. I asked for everything that happen. If we now find out, now they do more of public opinion, public conversation, rather than having guests them all the time for let them come, you know, specialists them from time to time. Definitely would they bring on a guest them for can discuss the thing, but we want for let we all engage in the conversation, because if we country grow, we go before, now for we all benefit. If we allow and let it sink back, now we all go suffer. So we all get for contribute, we talk, we blow mind, we vex, just like how Majid don't vex, he blow mind, he didn't corner right now, they cry the way PI, you know, but now for the betterment of Sierra Leone. Thank you. God bless you all. We're now already at the YouTube and Facebook, and we ask you now please continue to share our platform with your friends, your family, and your wider network. Thanks. Stay blessed until tomorrow.
Silverstone Beats.
People killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life going evil, we all have to give, oh yeah, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's in me, I don't see this kind of thing where they happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to all time for big greed.
You see this life, the live, oh. You see where we lose or we know. Stop killing one another. Let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero, looking at each other like we're zero. On the block with a C, money dip and make every day pan free, yeah.
R.I.P. they took our boys, they take our joy, take our joy. This not the time we stop now crime. Don't blind by this life, your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the green reaper will be your remover.
This head of the range ranting up some sanctimonious food is as poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's as it is for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black on black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up, stand up for what you believe in. Gotta stand up, stand up for what is right. Cause if you got me, then I got you too. Regardless of what you've been through, even when you're feeling new. Do this if we try. There's no time to waste, no time. Together forever, whatever the weather.
heart still at home. God don't lift me up, but me heart still at ground. You will never go far if you don't know where you're from. So I don't do it for myself, I'ma do it for the young. Please tell my brothers, let's do it for the youngers. Why spend a bag on a jumper? Back where you're from, people dying with hunger. With people then they suffer. You then I argue, the bluff, it's copper. The game need for change, like we not get up. Where's the love? Where's the love, yo? Where's the love? I said, where is the love?
Little youth, let's take time. Stop all the knife and the gun crime. Think of the future, paint that picture. Get a youth in the future. Peace gonna rain on me. Peace gonna rain on me. Yeah.
Let's stop the violence and come together. Get rid of knives and guns and bombs, let's be together. Pray peace and love, God and hope through storm and weather. See what is going on, where is the love?
Tell me, how do you feel when you see your brothers and sisters lying down the street helplessly? And what will you do if you die today and find yourself in hell?
I want to ask you this. Look inside your eyes and answer me with all the truth. Where you get, whose side the love day?
When I left. Boku man them get nef. If you live by the nef, you go suffer. You know get sense, you know sabi say nef not for butter. Stabbing guys, yeah that's uncool. When it comes to knives, yeah I'm anti. What happened to fighting guys with your hands, G? When you stab a man, it's not one man you stab. Just remember that you stab a whole family.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or you will turn the other cheek. Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love.
Now who's term this? Yes, this na term for all Salon people and them party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's term these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit for purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities, The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aissata Sisejalo of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.